Hello, Crawdads fans, and welcome back to another Dad's Day on this beautiful Sunday, July 21st, where the dads are about to take off the Sonoma Stompers in a few minutes. I'm here with Dylan Allen as my co-host, and welcome to the pregame show. Dylan, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. It's been a little break, but it is a nice, cool Sunday. I'm loving the 75-degree weather, so I'm feeling good. I hope the dads are feeling good as well.
So much better than the 100-degree days we've had here at
Yeah.
Monte Vista High School. But the Crawdads are coming in with a 21-9 record. They are on a 4-game win streak, looking to make it 5 today against the Stompers. Speaking of who are coming in with a 15-14 and have a 1-game losing streak, which the Dads handed them yesterday at Arnold Field. As I just said, the last game for both teams was yesterday against Stompers versus Dads, and Crawdads came out victorious, won 4-0, which has happened most of the time this season. Dylan, do you want to talk a little bit about the history?
Yeah, sure thing. So, it's been some close losses against the Stompers. It was an 8-5 loss. The Stompers took the season opener in league play, and then um, their most recent loss was on July 5th after the dads came off a 2-day 4th of July break. So, they are 4-2, so their two losses were both close, but 4 wins kind of speaks for itself. The Dads are holding strong in the top of the CCL North, and the Stompers are in second place, but the Crawdads have a pretty big lead. They are 5 games ahead over the second place Stompers, so still holding strong with about a week and a half left to play here.
Exactly, and the Crawdads look to continue their winged streak to try to clinch that #1 seed in the CCL North, which again, like you said, the Stompers are about 5 games behind. So hopefully in the Dads' favor, but again, they need to pull through in these next few games, both today and tomorrow. Now we're gonna get into some of our player stats. Dylan, do you want to talk a little bit about the catchers to start?
Yeah, sure. So, over the summer, there's been not a lot of it's been 3 catcher rotation. You got Xavier Rios, Owen Firestone, and Nikhil Beasley, and all three of these guys have shown a lot of improvements um, towards the recent parts of the season. Xavier Rios with easily the most improvement out of the three, 2 home runs on the season. He's been doing really well recently, and he's got 16 hits this season. Um,
Okay. Um, Yeah, no, he's definitely made the most improvement, I would say, notably out of the three. Like you said, he has 16 hits, 2 home runs on the season, both coming very recently on July 11th and July 14th, which happened to be our game against the Stompers. Um, Also, his on base percentage has crept up as it's gotten later in the season, and 7 out of his last 8 games have been above 400. He did have 3 strikeouts yesterday, but I've noticed in the bullpen that he's been trying to switch up his approach a lot, switching between different bats every time he goes up to the plate, trying to fix his hand placement. So he'll have 2 off days now to bounce back and try to get those adjustments settled and hopefully continue his streak. But speaking of catchers, Nikhil Beasley, again, another notable improvement between the 3 catcher rotation. He's been hitting balls harder. His at bats have been getting deeper. He's been seeing a lot more pitches than usual. He's gotten better in the 2 strike counts as well, fouling off tougher pitches that he might have swung and struck out with. So again, notable improvement from Nikhil Beasley. Also between Rios and Beasley, there's been a lot more movement from them on the bases, I would say. A lot more stolen bases for the two of them, trying to throw off the pitcher, leading off a bit more. So it's awesome to see them getting more active.
yeah, Beasley's been having a much better summer recently. He's been definitely seeing a lot more pitches, being more patient, and he got a new bat recently. So it's funny you say that about Rios. Beasley got a new bat as well, and then Firestone was swinging it as well. And so I think they're having a good group. The three of them are talking a lot to each other, game to game, and you can see the results are coming together for the 3 catchers.
And then to wrap up this 3 catcher rotation, we have Owen Firestone, who will actually be behind the plate today. His swings have been getting better, but the results haven't been there as much compared to Rios and Beasley. The balls are jumping off his bat more, though, as he stands on the plate. He's holding his ground a bit more, and he's looking to catch today, and hitting is contagious. So hopefully he catches that streak that the other 2 catchers have been having and can find a swing against some of the Sonoma pitchers today. But
Absolutely.
all good luck to him. And then we'll move on to some notes about yesterday's game to preview another Sonoma Dads matchup, which we've had a lot late in this season. And we'll have one more to end the season in a week or so. But yesterday, again, Dads came out victorious, and it was great to see EJ McGrew on the mound yesterday. Had arguably one of his best starts. He pitched 4 innings, gave up no runs, and had 6 Ks, which is his best as a Crawdad, and most career Ks as a Crawdad. And so he had command on that mound, especially with the Sonoma Stompers adding in different batters into their lineup, having pretty good offense this season. They had 8 runs prior to yesterday's game. So it was great to see EJ McGrew lead off and give the Dads their second shutout of the season, where Chase Dabbs and Rowan Latow came and helped him as well. Chase Dabbs relieved him and pitched for 3 innings and had no earned runs as well, while Rowan Leto had 2 innings as the closer, and he had 4 strikeouts. So again, kind of sum it up, I would say the pitching staff was very dominant yesterday, and they had a great outing across the board from the 3 guys.
Yeah.
What would you say, Dill?
It's a confidence booster for sure to go out there and, 3 guys get on the mound and all 3 don't let up a run. That's big, and then you come in, especially on the road, it can get tough. The season's dragging on. You're playing almost every day of the week, and you go out there and 3 of your guys throw and give up no earned runs. That's big, and it's a morale booster for sure. Kind of fires them up for today, and then you get to host them at home after shutting them out on the road. Like, that's big. And we'll touch on this a little later, but Jackson Bird, who will be on the mound today, the last time Bird pitched against the Stompers, he went 5 innings, but the Crawdads won 17-2. And we'll touch on that a little bit later. But that was a massive win, and the guys really rallied around Bird.
Great preview, and I would say that the Crawdads have had a lot of skill on the mound, especially when Carson had, again, one of his best starts this past Friday. EJ McGrew coming in yesterday, and like you said, Jackson Bird coming in today, hopefully to continue the Dads' 5-game win streak. And now, speaking of today's game, we are going to head into our lineup for today, which looks very similar to a lot of the lineups we've seen this season from the Dads. But leading off for the Crawdads, we have Mark Wahlberg in right field, followed by Casey Cummings in center field, with Cole Kosciuszko then at first base. And you have Cam Calvillo at third base, and then hitting in that 5 spot as the designated hitter, you have Aiden Camberg, and then following him in the 6th spot, you have Ethan Liao in left field. You have Ben Royo at shortstop, which we've seen a lot this season since he's made his return. Nico DeFazio back at second base for today, and to wrap things up, catcher Owen Firestone will end things for the Dads' batting lineup. Now, like I just said, DeFazio's back for a game today. He had a game and a half off recently where he played innings 1 through 5 in Friday's game against the Legends. And yesterday had the game off as we had DJ Grios come make his return to the team. So, again, had a day off. I talked to him yesterday. He said it's been good to have a little bit of rest, kind of get his head back in the game. You've seen him struggle a little bit at the bat, so it's good to see him back in the lineup today. Same with Ethan Liao. He's had a day off yesterday. Now he's back in left field. So it's going to be good. Hopefully that they've kind of enjoyed their day off after having a 3-day break as well.
Absolutely.
Gotten to be able to come back from that.
Those are important. It's a long season. You are playing almost every day of the week. Monday's off, but we did have the 3-day break with the All-Star game. But it's nice to have a break. Again, a lot of these guys are playing very consistently. Wahlberg, Cummings, Kosciuszko, Calvillo, Camberg. These guys are pretty much in the lineup like every day. So it's tough.
It is tough. And then speaking of, you just mentioned Cole Kosciuszko's name. I want to point out that he is 1 home run away from the most home runs in the league in Crawdads history. So, he's been starting off the season. He had a great run. He leads our team in RBI still, I believe, pretty decisively as well. Now he has 8 home runs on the season, tying with another Crawdad player, looking for his 9th to set the record. And you've seen him kind of bounce back in recent games. He was in a little bit of a slump, I'd say, early July, notably after we came back from that 4th of July break. But recently he's had stronger at-bats, taken a lot of walks from pitchers, being very smart at the plate. And then yesterday came up, first swing at his second at-bat, knocked one right over the fence, and you could just see his confidence grow again. So hopefully he'll get his 9th one coming soon.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. Kosciuszko has such a powerful swing. Like the way he loads into his back leg, he just has a very, very powerful swing, and it's just an explosive bat from the left side. And I'm excited to see if he can break the record. He's going for 9, and he did it yesterday. He tied it with 8. I think he could do it today. It's a little windy out here, and nice cool breeze. The air's not too hot. I think he could do it today.
Yeah. I agree. I think today would be the day for him, especially with some of the Sonoma pitchers that we're going to see today, which, again, you'll preview in a little bit. But do you want to talk about three of the Crawdads in the lineup specifically?
Absolutely. So, you got Walber at the top of the lineup, who is against the Stompers in 5 games. He's 9 for 19. You got Camberg at the 5 hole, who is DHing today. A nice move from Coach Cummings. Camberg's 5 for 11 in 4 games, and then Calvillo 7 for 19 in 6 games. So these three guys specifically, I would look to have a good day at home here against the Stompers. But with that, could take it into the pitching matchup.
Yeah, and I would say just to note, those have been these three players have been some of the Crawdads' most three consistent batters. I would say you always see Walbert and Camberg's name in the lineup. Calvillo as well, even though he had a bit of a hand injury last week. But Calvillo specifically had a great game yesterday against the Stompers, having an RBI double and being again very strong at the plate, very smart, taking walks when needed. So yeah, I think those are three really good things to point out. But yeah, do you want to take us through today's pitching matchup?
Absolutely. So for your Crawdads, it'll be Jackson Bird on the mound. As we said, he's a 6'3", 215-pound lefty, currently attending Sac State. And in league play this year, he has been dominant. He's started 6 games. He's got a 3-0 record in 31 and a third innings pitched. To go along, a 1.72 ERA, 26 strikeouts, and only 12 walks and 24 hits given up. He's been incredible for the Crawdads. He's the Sunday starter. His last appearance was a week ago on July 14th against this same team, and he went 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 hits allowed, and as we said earlier, the Crawdads dominated, 17-2 win. So they went crazy the last time he was on the mound. We'll see if they can do it again today. 17 runs was a lot. That was a offensive barrage, but yeah, we'll see.
Definitely a lot. And again, Jackson Bird's been a consistent player, a great all-around player too. When he's on the mound, he's in command. Again, having a great game last time he played against the Stompers, being our key Sunday pitcher. And coaches use him a lot as our designated hitter as well. He's great at bat. He always manages to find a way onto base, I would say. So another great consistent player for the Crawdads on both sides, offensively and defensively.
Yeah,
And then
he's electric. I like watching him pitch. He's very, very good.
very
And
fun.
he dominates. He competes is what I would say is the biggest thing. He can get down sometimes because a lot of balls are put into play against him. When I say down, I mean like people can get on base, but he finds a way to work out of it just by competing, attacking the strike zone, and getting balls in play, specifically ground balls.
I agree. Definitely a very notable player for the Crawdads. And now, what about the Stompers pitcher?
The Stompers pitcher, it'll be Patrick Atkinson, the 6'1", 175-pound righty, who's currently attending the University of Hawaii. In league play this year, not a whole lot. He's got 3 appearances, 1 save, only 4 innings pitched, a strikeout, 2 walks, 3 hits. So not a lot of numbers there. His last appearance was 10 days ago on July 11th against the Seagulls. He went 2 innings and didn't give up a run. So we'll see how much depth is in store for Atkinson today. He doesn't have an appearance on the season longer than 2 innings. So, I mean, if he goes out for a 3rd or 4th inning, I would look for the Crawdads to jump on him big time.
I agree, definitely. Again, these short appearances for Patrick Atkinson. It's going to be interesting to see who the Stompers bring in as their relievers as well for him and who to close the game. The Stompers, I would say, struggled on the mound yesterday specifically, especially against the Crawdads. Late in the game where we were starting to rack up more hits and runs. We were off to a slow start, but adjusted to a lot of the pitchers, and so it'll be see how the Stompers can adjust to us today.
Absolutely.
Well, the game's going to get underway soon. Dylan, do you have any closing remarks?
First place Stompers looking for 5 in a row. I'm excited to see the Sunday home matchup.
Sunday home matchup. There's nothing better, I would say. We're going to hand it off to Austin Oda and Carson Mercier for your game call in about 5 minutes. Thank you for listening to our pregame show.
Welcome into Monte Vista High School for the second and final game of this two-game series between the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Sonoma Stompers. The first game of the series was yesterday on the road in Sonoma. Today, Crawdads return home with a 21-9 league record. 5 games separate them and the Slow Blues in the standings. The Sonoma Stompers come in 15-14, 5.5 games back after losing last night. Let's take a look at how the Stompers line up for today's matchup. Elijah Ramos will lead off and play second base. Trent Abel's at shortstop. Max Handren bats third. He plays third. DJ Scott's out in right field, doing the cleanup duties for the Stompers. Paul Contreras out in center field, batting fifth. Batting sixth, Luke Rossi, he does the DH duties. Joe Cardinale, saw him in right field yesterday. Today, he's out in left. Tyler Hawley plays first with Justice Brinson. Rounding out the starting 9, he does the catching for the Stompers. Going up against the southpaw Jackson Bird. Bird making his 7th start of the summer. Just off the back of the mound, ready for the first pitch. A few minutes behind the scheduled first pitch time, but nonetheless, we will get underway. Elijah Ramos, a right-handed batter, climbs into the batter's box, adjusts the helmet. Bird looking back towards second base, but now back towards the plate. Crawdads were victorious yesterday, 4-0 over the Sonoma Stompers. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. Fastball down the middle for strike one. First pitch, 4:07. 75 degrees and sunny. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, trying to hang on to the Old Town vibe since the early 1900s. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, misses to the right-handed hitting Elijah Ramos, and the count evens 1-1. Ramos, 322, no homers, 16 runs batted in from the top spot of this Stompers lineup. We saw him yesterday batting a little bit further down in the 5th spot as the 1-1 pitch is a fastball that gets pushed past him, and it's 1-2. Ramos was 0 for 3 from the 5th spot in the lineup. Stompers getting back-to-back lefties in this series. 1-2 pitch misses down by the shoot tops to even the count 2-2. Bird, 34 1/3 innings pitched. The ERA hovering just over 1. He's been really, really good. ERA 2.10. 2-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside, and the count will run full for the first batter of the game. 30 strikeouts in those 34 innings, only 12 walks, 30 hits. The whip at 1.72 or 1.15 as the 3-2 pitch is bounced on 2 hops to Calvillo, comes hard towards the bag, fields the backhand, throws to first in time for the first out of the ball game. Let's take a look at how the Crawdads line up defensively. Outfield left to right, Ethan Liao, Casey Cummings, and Mark Wolbert. On the infield, aforementioned Cam Calvillo, Ben Royo, Nico DeFazio, Cole Kosciuszko, with Owen Firestone doing the catching for Jackson Bird. It's everybody's favorite battery. Now Trent Abel, Stompers shortstop. Right-handed batter ready. First pitch to him is a fastball flared into right field, not too deep. Wolbert had to range back a couple of steps, moves over towards his left, and makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the top of the first inning for Jackson Bird. Bird trying to continue a streak of good starting pitching for the Crawdads. E.J. McGrew yesterday was awesome. 4 innings, 3 hits. He went scoreless, 3 walks, but didn't end up hurting him at all. Also had a career-high 6 strikeouts as a Crawdad. They'll have Max Handren, left-handed hitter, and the third baseman takes a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Handren played in his first game of the summer yesterday. Had a pretty good day, went 2 for 3, a couple of singles, a walk, and a stolen bag. 0-1 pitch misses, I guess, a little bit outside. Bird just confirming to home plate. Dylan Brewster behind home plate. Justin Ammett at first, and Harold de Guzman at third is the 3-man crew. And the 1-1 pitch, they'll appeal down to de Guzman, but no go. So the count swings in the favor of Handren. It's 2-1. Handren, bright yellow bat, the same bat that Paul Contreras swings. We'll see him later in the game. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. No score here in the top of the first inning. Crawdads and Stompers facing off for the 7th time of the summer. Just the 2nd time here at Monte Vista High School. 2-2 pitch is lined sharply into right field, but right at Mark Wolbert. He doesn't have to move. He reaches up and makes the catch for the final out of the first inning. Stompers go in order here in the top of the first. Crawdads coming up when we come back on the Crawdads streaming network. Stompers go scoreless in the top of the first. Crawdads are coming up. Let's take a look at how Brant Cummings penciled them in. Mark Wolbert leads off. He's in right. Casey Cummings in center bats second. Cole Kosciuszko bats third, plays first. Cam Calvillo cleans up. He's at third base. Aiden Camberg, the DH, bats fifth. Ethan Liao in left. Ben Royo at short. Nico DeFazio at second. And rounding it all out is the catcher, Owen Firestone, going up against the right-hander, Pat Atkinson.
It's been good. 3 ERA, 9 innings, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. Kind of evenly split between league and non-league.
Wolbert into the left-handed batter's box. The first pitch to him misses down by the thigh, and it's 1-0. Wolbert, 357, a couple of homers, 14 runs batted in, has been a force at the top of this Crawdad lineup. Atkinson working from the stretch with nobody on, and a one-hop liner to the shortstop, Abel, deep in the hole, throws to first in time. A really nice play to start the day for Trent Abel, who's been really phenomenal defensively all summer long. Here's the Sonoma defense behind Pat Atkinson. Left field, Joe Cardinal. Center, Paul Contreras. DJ Scott's in right. Infield, third to first, Max Handren. Aforementioned Trent Abel, Elijah Ramos, Tyler Hawley with Justin Brinson doing the catching for Pat Atkinson. So now Casey Cummings, Crawdad center fielder and right-handed batter. First pitch from the righty is right down the middle, and a called strike, 0-1. Crawdad's red tops, white pants with the black stripe running down the leg. Crawdads across the chest in black block lettering. 0-1 pitch is a little bit low to Casey Cummings, and the count evens 1-1. Atkinson from the stretch, 1-1 pitch is a strike, and it's 1-2 to Casey Cummings. Sonoma gray jerseys with Stompers across the chest in script with an orange letter just under the heart, blue letters on the back. 1-2 lined into center field and down for a base hit. Casey Cummings has started to heat up a little bit. He starts the first with a one-out single. It'll bring up Cole Kosciuszko, Crawdad first baseman. Been on an absolute tear. 320 on the year. He tied Coleman Schmidt for a season-high 8 home runs in a summer yesterday. 38 runs batted in. 1 for 3 yesterday. The big hit was the homer. Also was able to draw a couple of walks. Favorable matchup for him here as Casey was doing some dancing off the first base bag. The throw back there was pretty close, but Casey's in ahead of the throw. Always a threat to go over there. 14 stolen bags on the summer. No score, bottom of the first inning, 1 out. And Kosciuszko takes a little bit low, looked like a changeup from Atkinson, and it's 1-0. Kosciuszko stares back towards the mound, rests the bat just above his left shoulder. 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the outer third and a called strike. Didn't look like Kosciuszko agreed with it, but the only opinion that matters is the man behind him. That's Dylan Brewster. Infield, outfield, straight up on a beautiful Danville day with the wind blowing in from center field. 1-1 will have to wait. Casey doing more dancing. This time they got him. Casey Cummings was leaning towards second base. Atkinson saw it, fired over. There's the second out of this first inning. Still a 1-1 count for Cole Kosciuszko, who will bat with nobody on and 2 outs. Atkinson home. He misses down low in the count, 2-1. No score, bottom of the first inning. We got a pitcher's duel yesterday. Only 4 total runs scored. Crawdads pitching issued a shutout. 2-1 pitch bounced down the first base line, but outside the bag and a foul ball, so the count evens 2-2. 3 of the 4 Crawdads runs were unearned. 2 2-out errors in the 7th inning for Sonoma. Just kind of took them out of the game. 2-2. Slider check swing. They'll appeal, but no go, says Harold de Guzman down the third base line. And the count goes full to Cole Kosciuszko. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Pat Atkinson looking to match a Jackson Bird 1-2-3 frame, and it won't happen as this one misses down low for ball 4. Kosciuszko draws a walk to bring up Cameron Calvillo. Calvillo comes in hitting .370, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. It was 1 for 3 yesterday with a double and an RBI. Double came in the 7th inning out to deep left center field. Off the bat, looked like it was going to go. But the further to center you go, the further the fence gets out in Sonoma as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Looked like an off-speed pitch. It's 0-1. 450-something out to dead center in Sonoma. Not
It's a poke.
quite, yeah, not quite the same here at Monte Vista. I think we've got it at something like 380. A 1 is in the dirt, and a good block by Justice Brinson. Had to slide a little bit to his right to keep it in front, and the count evens 1-1.
And most of Calvillo's power is to the pull side, but got it left center field yesterday. Hit it really well. Just like you said, just keeps extending out there, and left center especially. 1-1,
big lead for Kosciuszko, but he's not going, and the pitch misses outside. So 2-1 on Calvillo, who on the summer 7 for 19 against these Stompers. Really taking advantage of a pitching staff that's been overall pretty solid. Kosciuszko's going to take off. 2-1 pitch misses outside. Throw down to second is maybe in time, but the second baseman, Elijah Ramos, couldn't grab the handle. Kicks towards the third base bag. It's a stolen base for Cole Kosciuszko. That's his 10th on the summer. He works into scoring position in a 3-1 count for Cam Calvillo.
Big chance for the Crawdads to score early. What they've been doing really well in this 4-game win streak is scoring early, scoring often in those early innings. We saw 9 runs, 10 runs in the first 4 innings the other day against Menlo Park. Putting on a 1 in the first would be pretty big against Atkinson and the Stompers.
3-1 pitch, Atkinson home, and a curveball's rolled slowly on the ground to the shortstop. Abel has to charge. Scoops throws to first and retires Calvillo. And Pat Atkinson is able to work around the 2-out walk. We've gone scoreless through 1 here at Monte Vista on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Top of the second inning, no score. Bird back to work. First pitch of the inning. This is a little bit low to DJ Scott. Scott, the right fielder, will have Paul Contreras and Luke Rossi to follow. Bird was able to work a 1-2-3, top of the first inning. Not a lot of hard contact in that inning. Not a lot of comfortable swings either, as the 1-0 is in there for a strike to even things up 1-1. On the other end, Crawdads had chances. Casey Cummings, a one-out single, got picked off. Kosciuszko would follow him with a walk, stole a bag, and Calvillo would ground out to short to end the inning. 1-1 pitch misses in the dirt. It's 2-1. Not a lot of playing time on the year for DJ Scott. This is just his third game of the summer. He's 0 for 4, has drawn 3 walks.
And Sonoma's making a playoff push, so for him to be able to cement himself in the 4 spot, that's big early on.
2-1, high chopper to the shortstop, Ben Arroyo. Has to wait for it to come down. Finally does. Flips to first. There's the first out of the second. 4 up, 4 down for Jay Bird.
Love that start. 2 ground balls, 2 fly balls, mixing it up. We talked to Owen Firestone before the game, and he said that's kind of what we do with Jackson Bird. We play chess out there. A lot of sliders, change-ups, a lot of junk from Jackson Bird, and he is in the zone, in or around the zone. It's just about everything he throws, so it's pretty easy.
Now Paul Contreras, Stompers center fielder, will take down low, kind of shot up the first baseline. Thought it may have hit Contreras' foot, but I guess just off the glove of Firestone behind home plate. Contreras, 211, 5 homers, and 21 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch, fastball on the corner, and a called strike to even it up, 1-1. Right-handed hitter with a lot of power. We've seen it. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat yesterday as he skies this one. Center field deep. Cummings going back in front of the track, makes the catch, but a well-struck out number 2 for Paul Contreras.
And this is a little different from the Jackson Bird we're used to seeing. He's had some tough luck on balls in play recently. A lot of slow grounders that get through the infield, a lot of little flares that get down. Today, a couple hard hit balls. You saw the ball that Handren hit back to end the first inning. That one off the bat of Contreras. Hard hit balls that are finding gloves. Baseball evens out.
So 2 up, 2 down in the second. 5 up, 5 down on the day for Bird and Luke Rossi, the Stompers DH. Right-handed batter ready. First pitch to him. He checks his swing, but don't think it was going to matter as pretty nicely located slider at the knees is called a strike. It's 0-1. Rossi, 231, a homer, 16 runs batted in. Bird rocks and fires. The 0-1 pitch is down below the zone, but swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
Looked like he's gone slider and then the changeup against the righty Rossi. He's thrown him junk for the first 2 pitches. Now is the fastball in his arsenal still that he can blow by a guy. Or he can choose to go changeup again off the outside, get a chase.
Rossi, a guy, has really struggled with the strikeout. Will take an off-speed pitch that misses outside here. Count goes to 1-2. Strikes out at a 26% clip.
Not great.
No score, top of the second. Bird looking for another 1-2-3, and he's got it. Pushed the fastball right past Luke Rossi. 6 up, 6 down to start the day for Jackson Bird. We'll go to the bottom of the second here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Crawdads coming to bat. Aiden Camberg, Ethan Liao, and Ben Royo. Still Pat Atkinson was able to work around a 1-out single and the eventual 2-out walk in the first inning. Threw 17 pitches in that first inning, only 8 strikes. Let's see if he can get back into the zone here in the second inning of work. The first pitch to Camberg is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Camberg, 352, couple of homers, and 12 runs batted in. Left-handed batter rests the bat on his shoulder and takes an off-speed that misses outside. 1-1. Camberg's been on fire. He's 7 for his last 11 with 3 walks.
It's not bad.
No, not at all.
That'll play.
Outfield, specifically the center fielder, Paul Contreras, is shifted into the left center alleyway as the 1-1 misses outside. Everyone else pretty much straight up.
I don't know if I've ever seen this. There are 2 managers coaching third base right now. Zach Pace and Brant Cummings both out there. Looks like they're just chatting.
Pitch home is popped up left side. Third baseman Max Handren moving over into foul ground. Still going back. Makes the basket catch with his back turned towards home plate. Don't even think he meant to catch it. Kind of just threw his glove out and found the ball for the first out of the second inning.
Yeah, that right there's the definition of look what I found. Back turned to the infield, just drifting and drifting and drifting. It was kind of, let's see how close I can get to the baseball and hope I can make a play, and that's exactly what he did. He's a good player.
It was the left fielder, Joe Cardinale, coming in. It looked like Handren had turned to him and said, I don't have it. And last second just threw his glove out. And evidently he did have it. Here's Ethan Liao, Crawdad left fielder. First pitch to him is a slider. They'll appeal on the check swing, but no go, and it's 1-0. 309, 2 homers, and 12 runs batted in for Ethan Liao. Didn't play yesterday, but had a pretty solid day against the Menlo Park Legends a couple of days ago. Coming out of the All-Star break, went 2 for 5, scored 3 runs. Checks his swing on this one. This time got a piece and flared it the other way, so the count will even. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. No score between the Crawdads and Stompers. Facing up for the 7th time of the summer. There will be just 1 more meeting. We'll be here at home. 1-1 pitch, way off the outside, and the count goes to 2-1.
It's a little odd this year in the CCL because with the 2 affiliate teams and the 3 new teams, they're not every team is playing the same amount of games. Last year, I think it was 7 games against every other CCL North team. This year, that is not the case. Throw in the interleague, and so you have the Crawdads and Stompers playing 8 times.
2-1 pitch, curveball that backed up on Atkinson, misses a little high, maybe a little inside too, and the count goes to 3-1.
And while there aren't series, it feels like you kind of have a clump of games against one team. It felt like the Crawdads and Legends played every day for about 2 weeks.
3 balls a strike. Fastball's rolled over to the left side. Max Handren, the third baseman, fields it by the third base bag. Crow hops, throws to first, and Liao is retired for the second out in the second inning. With nobody on and 2 gone, things will be left up to Ben Royo, Crawdad shortstop. Hitting in at .245, 2 homers, 17 runs batted in. Looking to find it yet again at the plate. Started to come around in the early parts of July, and since then has struggled. He'll take a first pitch. Looked like a fastball that Atkinson just pulled it. So the count goes to 1-0. Through that 6-game hitting streak, he was hitting .347. Since then, just 2 for 16 with 9 strikeouts. 1-0 nearly got him. Royo had to bail out of the way. I think it got Brinson on the forearm and also Dylan Brewster, the home plate umpire.
Whoa.
So, like a double kill.
Dylan Brewster, I learned today, his dad pitched 10 years in MLB. He does not have the same arm. Just airmailed Patrick Atkinson twice. Like, ugly throws. Sorry.
Wow. Brinson will go out and just try and settle Atkinson down. He's in a 2-0 count to Ben Royo. No score, bottom of the second inning at Monte Vista High School. Looks like Atkinson is ready as Brinson makes his way back behind home plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Atkinson home. Fastball on the corner and a called strike. Pretty nice job by Brinson to bring that one back in. Don't think it needed to be called a strike. Contreras, the center fielder, shifted to the right. Left fielder, Cardinale, playing pretty deep out in left field. 2-1. This is a little bit low, 3-1.
That pitch looked better than the one before. Didn't get the call.
It's tough to get calls on those close pitches when 17 of your 30 pitches have been balls, as the 3-1 is fouled back into the screen, and the count will go full 3-2. And that's what Atkinson is at right now. That's just the 14th strike that he's thrown of 31 pitches. Not the best of ratios.
No.
Not the best of ratios yesterday for Jake Turk, who started things for the Stompers. Through 62 pitches, just 28 strikes. Payoff pitch to Ben Royo is a fastball taken on the outside. Royo goes looking to end the second. Crawdads go in order in the second inning. No score through 2 innings. Top of the third inning, no score. Joe Cardinale leads off, takes a first pitch that misses low from the southpaw Jackson Bird. Crawdads went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second inning. And in the top of the second inning, the Stompers did the same. 1-0 pitch misses off the outside. 2-0 to Cardinale, who's 0 for 3 on the summer, was 0 for 2 in yesterday's game. So, Stompers have a few guys, haven't gotten a ton of action. 2-0 misses inside and counts 3-0.
But it feels like this is kind of the right time to bring in some new guys, about a week and a half of game before the playoffs, and get them some swings. Max Handren hasn't missed a beat, hasn't played in about a month, but he looks like the same player he was at Cal. Cardinale and the guy that started in left field yesterday, Chase Taylor, struggled a little bit so far.
3-0. It's called a strike. Looked like Firestone pulled it out of the left-handed batter's box, even out of the dirt maybe. Bird will take it. Count inches closer to his favorites, 3-1. Back on the bump, rocks and fires. Pitch is tapped foul, and now a full count. Let's see if Bird can take advantage of that called strike that
Needs to.
didn't need to be called a strike.
Yeah, he's gone back to the rock today. He's been playing with a traditional windup for the last couple starts, now back to the rock.
He was from the stretch.
Yeah.
And now back to the windup, added in the rock. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball hit hard through the right side of the infield, past the diving DeFazio. It'll be a leadoff single to start the third for Joe Cardinale, his first hit of the summer.
Good start to the inning. Leadoff single, worked a 3-0 count, and then probably should have taken what was ball 4, but fought the 3-1 off, and then lined a single into right. Pretty hard hit. First hit of the day for the Stompers.
So now Tyler Hawley with a man on first. Nobody out, top of the third inning. No score between the Crawdads and Stompers. Hawley, right-handed hitter, 245, 3 homers, 17 runs batted in. Bird delivers, and the fastball's waved through and missed. 0-1. Top of the zone. Bird went with the heater, and Hawley couldn't catch up. Bird will throw over, but back standing is Cardinale. Hawley has struggled his last 5 games. He's 1 for 16. His OPS has plummeted in that span, as you would expect. The 0-1 misses off the outside. Firestone to his knees to stop it.
This was a guy that ended up being a home run derby participant. Has some of the most raw power in the CCL, but has not shown it recently.
1-1. Fastball misses high, and it's 2-1. Yeah, the OPS from 750 to 665 in the past 5 games. It's been a rough stretch, and he's performed pretty well throughout the whole summer, but not against the Crawdads, where he's just 2 for 17. Swing and a miss on this one to even the count 2-2.
I have 2 for 21. So neither are good.
Yeah, whatever it is,
It's not good.
it's not great.
And he, in the month of July, 1 extra base hit.
Bird comes set at the belt, will throw over. This one pretty close, but Cardinal dives in just ahead of the throw. I think Bird thought he got him. Kosciuszko was ready to throw the ball around the diamond. Cardinal retakes his lead pretty small. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Bird's got his second strikeout of the day and the first out here in the 3rd inning.
Looks like he went to the changeup down low. Good pitch from Jackson Bird. Just dropped it in right off the back edge. And he's good. He's really, really good.
Now the number 9 man, Justice Brinson, does the catching for the Stompers. And I don't have any numbers on him.
You want him?
Yeah.
151, a homer, 9 driven in.
Well, thank you.
1 for 9 against the Crawdads.
Yeah.
Not great.
No. Bats with the man on first, 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning, and a tie, 0-0 ball game. Pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0.
I'm feeling a little 6-4-3. I am.
1-0 is a strike with the fastball to even the count 1-1.
Don't know why. Bird's been working the changeup. Don't hate a little rollover. Changeup off the outside.
1-1. Curveball in there for a strike. And it's 1-2.
I still feel it. Watch. Watching the replay. No, I'm
Wow.
No, I'm not. Not an official replay watch.
1-2 pitch. Fastball misses low, and the count evens.
Not yet, at least.
Are you feeling it this at bat?
Yeah.
Okay. You're confirming changeup. You're locking that in?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. Bird from the stretch. And Brinson checks a swing on a changeup in the dirt. They're going to say he did not go around, and the count runs full.
If he swings, it's a 6-4-3 double play. Just, ball knower.
Bird set just below his belt. Will throw over again, but Cardinal, who singled to start the frame, is back standing.
They're worried about him. Both Firestone and Bird have thrown over, or at least bluffed over a couple times.
3-2 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground, not going to get to the shortstop. Bird cuts it off. Only plays to first. He's able to get Brinson at first, but moving up to second is Cardinale. Now 2 gone in the top of the 3rd.
Wasn't a 6-4-3. Did drop the changeup off the outside. Got a half swing. I think if he hits it any harder, that's 6-4-3.
Any harder. That got like 15 feet out of home plate.
You know what? Did the job.
All right, so now the top of the order, Elijah Ramos. Will bat with a man in scoring position. Stompers trying to score first here in the top of the 3rd inning. Cardinal, small lead off second base. Big running start for him as Bird comes towards home plate, but his first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Ramos started the game with a ground out to Cameron Calvillo at third, who had to make a pretty nice play on it. It was one of those high choppers that Calvillo got on the low hop, as this one is blasted center field and deep. Casey's back. It's off his glove and into center field. It's going to be an RBI double. Stompers score first here in the 3rd.
And a play that Casey Cummings knows he should have had out in center field. It was hit hard, it was hit well, but it looked like Cummings kind of circled up in front of the warning track, and then the ball had an extra jump of speed once it got to him. Hopped over his glove. Tough break.
We'll see what the official scoring on that one is, but nonetheless, the Stompers score first here in the 3rd inning. just as the Crawdads did in yesterday's game. Now first pitch swinging for Abel. This one's destined for the gap. It'll get down and will be trouble. Ramos has scored, into second is Abel. It's 2-0 Stompers.
Yeah, that was pieced, both of them. Back-to-back RBI doubles. And really the first time this year we've seen Jackson Bird give up hard hit balls.
Third baseman Max Hendren.
Stompers came into the inning with no hits. They have 3, including 2 doubles. Now Max Hendren will take outside.
This is a Stompers team that had 3 doubles against the Crawdads all year coming into today's game. All year. It's the 7th time these two teams have played.
Hendren skies the 1-0 pitch, back and out of play. It's 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning, but 2-0 Stompers leading. It's a big game for the Crawdads. They are 5 games up of slow, 5.5 up on Sonoma. 1-1 pitch. Slider lofted center field, not deep. Cummings started hard in, but able to slow it down a bit, reach up and make the catch that ends the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, a man left in scoring position, but the Stompers strike first. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Dads here in the home half of the third inning, who now trail 2-0. Atkinson back to work. First pitch swinging from Nico DeFazio. Pretty deep into right field. DJ Scott is back just in front of the track. He's there to make the catch for the first out of the third. But a nicely struck ball for Nico DeFazio.
Wish we had TrackMan.
I wish we did, but I'm just going to blame it on Ryan Delaney. It's his fault.
He's doing everything he can, you know, constantly calling the TrackMan support help and doing his thing.
Here's Owen Firestone, batting out of the number 9 spot. Checks his swing. They're saying foul ball.
I think it got the knob.
Yeah, maybe. Looked like it also got a piece of Justice Brinson behind home plate, who's kind of taken a beating here in the early parts of the game.
Just like us.
Also got Brewster, again. A collateral. Another one.
Our beating's emotional. I think we're taking an emotional beating right now.
Nothing in one pitch to Owen Firestone. He grounds a slider down the third base line, but pretty much well foul. And it's 0-2. Firestone 206, no homers, a run batted in. So in search of his first extra base hit of the season. But the at-bats have started to come around for him. He's been swinging the bat a lot better than he did in the first week or two that he was here.
Yeah, he hit a couple balls really hard in Sonoma last week.
In an 0-2 hole, Atkinson home. Fastball misses way outside, and it's 1-2. Stompers leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning after a 2-run frame. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Atkinson, high leg kick, but misses outside. 2-2.
Patrick Atkinson looks like someone, and I can't tell who it is. Almost looks like righty Fitzy. Not the pitching style, just the
2-2.
everything.
Hit on the ground. 4 hops for the second baseman, Elijah Ramos. Fields it off the dirt. Flips to first. 2 up, 2 down for Atkinson here in the third.
Pretty good at bat, though. Fouled off 2 pitches early in the count. And then saw a couple of balls, rolled 1 to second, put the ball in play. And that's something that the Crawdads catching core has been really good at recently. Have taken a lot of improvements at the dish.
I was going to say maybe Phil Bickford.
Yeah.
The long kind of blonde hair. I don't know. Here's Mark Wolbert. First pitch, bender in there for a strike on the outside. It's 0-1.
That one's a little slurvy. We've seen some true sliders. We've seen some true curveballs. That one mixed the two. I like the pitch. Don't know if it was intentional, but it was a solid spot.
0-1, lifted pretty well into left field. Cardinal coming over and in towards the line. He won't get it, and it's 0-2.
You never know, right? Sometimes you see a really good pitch that's kind of a mix of 2 other ones, and you don't really know. It wasn't a dig. Nice crowd, Mike, you set up today.
There's a lot going on, all right? It's busy. Busy day for us.
Mm-hmm.
Wolbert and an 0-2 hole. Pitch is bounced on the ground right side. 2 hops for Elijah Ramos. Has to move over to his left, but a little flip to first that ends the inning. Pat Atkinson has set down the past 7 batters he's faced. Through 3, 2-0. Stompers leading. Austin Oda is going to take over.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Sonoma.
Top of the 4th inning, 2-0. Sonoma leads here at Monte Vista. Austin Oda, Carson Mercier on the call. It'll be DJ Scott, Paul Contreras, and Luke Rossi to face Jackson Bird. Gave up 2 runs back in the third, back-to-back 2-out doubles as he throws a first pitch fastball to DJ Scott that catches the outside for strike 1. Scott 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop Ben Royo, back to lead off the second inning. Bird rocks and deals the 0-1. Fastball off the outside, 1-1. It's about as nice as we've seen this summer. We had a couple days about a week and a half ago that were similar weather, maybe even a little cooler, but we're all cloud cover. Today, high 70s and sunny as Bird drops in a curveball on the front edge, 1-2.
I will definitely say I prefer this over what we got in the beginning of July.
Beginning of July was one of the worst stretches of my life.
I was dripping, literally dripping sweat.
1-2. Down low, 2-2. Yeah, I would walk out, not even walking with any oomph, just kind of walking out to center field, and my back would just, it was a pool down there. 2-2. is swung on and missed. A changeup off the outside edge. Third strikeout for Jackson Bird.
2 of his 3 strikeouts have come on the strikeout. This one wasn't even, you know, too far out of the zone. Looked like just maybe a little bit below the knees, but had that good action. And Scott swings over the top of it.
Here's Paul Contreras, center fielder, takes a backdoor slider on the outside, 0-1. Tons of power from Paul Contreras.
From the right side.
Really good athletic build. 0-1. Slider on the inside, called strike 2. And another 0-2 hole. Jackson Bird is way ahead of the center fielder Contreras. Knows what he wants. Ready. The 0-2 is off the inside and low with the slider. Tripled up on it. 1-2. Contreras stands pretty straight up in the batter's box. Has a little hunch with his right shoulder. Bat straight up in the air. 1-2. Slider dips a little low. 2-2. From 0-2 to 2-2, Bird and Contreras in an even count as Bird toes the third base side of the rubber. Plants. And the 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, both swinging, both with the changeup.
That is such a nasty, nasty pitch. And Firestone's out to let him know. Out in front of home plate. Like, yeah, that is what we want. That's what we're talking about. And Contreras, ton of power from the right side, but comes up empty-handed here.
Here's Luke Rossi, struck out in his first at-bat. That was the first of Bird's 4 strikeouts. The Crawdads trail 2-0 here in the 4th. Bird the lefty against Rossi the righty. First pitch, fastball, chased up high, 0-1. Bird at 57 pitches here in the 4th. Not bad whatsoever. Can likely pencil him in for somewhere between 70 and 80 on the start today. 0-1. Slider. Waved at and missed. 0-2. Bird's ahead in the count again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bird's ready. Rossi's not. Now he is. Bird comes set. Quick pitch 0-2. Misses off the inside 1-2. You love it.
Yeah, we talk about hitters messing with the timing of pitchers all the time just by how they walk up to the plate. I love that. Bird had to wait, and he said, nah, let me give you the 0-2.
Now the 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Say it, Oda.
Scott Contreras
Say it, Oda.
Rossi down all by way of the K. Did I do it right?
Not really.
Great. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Crawdads trail 2-0. Casey Cummings, Cole Kosciuszko, Cam Calvillo. It's a lot of, we've said this before. Every time the 3 of them come up, it's a lot of.
It is.
Casey Cummings, first pitch, a changeup on the inside called strike 1. The Crawdads trail 2-0 here in the 4th. The Bats have not gotten anything going. 7 straight set down by Patrick Atkinson, the righty from Hawaii Hilo. Second guy in a row we've seen from Hawaii Hilo start a game against the Crawdads. He delivers a fastball on the outside, 0-2. Jake Turk yesterday, Hawaii Hilo, currently in the portal. Not sure about Atkinson. It says Hilo on his point streak. No balls and 2 strikes to Cummings. Here's the pitch, way outside, 1-2. Our TrackMan's down, our scoreboard's down, but we're up. The Crawdads are down. The 1-2. Cummings taps the fastball to the left side. That'll go past the third base chalk. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the 4th. Infield, outfield, relatively straight up. The second baseman Ramos leaves a big hole on the right side of the infield. As Cummings grounds this one up the middle. Abel, the shortstop, gathers, throws over to first, and retires Cummings by half a step. 1 down in the inning, and 8 straight for Atkinson.
Yeah, it's a lot. 8 in a row. Got to find a groove. Got to get something going. Knock him off his game. I mean, square to bunt. Do something. Got to break this streak up. We saw that
First baseman Cole
not
Cosciesco.
as extreme, I think, because the Sonoma had a couple of walks mixed in, but 22 guys in a row without a hit yesterday. You don't want to get into a streak like that.
Here's Cole Kosciuszko. First pitch, a curveball that sits on the outside corner called strike 1. Kosciuszko, 8 home runs on the year, sitting tied for first among the Crawdads single-season leaderboard. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Fastball off the outside, 0-2. Last year, Max Farfan and Tyson Pointer both had 6 home runs in league play and 4 in non-league. We're just going by league standards. Coleman Schmidt had 8 back in 2022, and Trevor Warner had 7 back in 21. 0-2, tapper off the shin of Kosciuszko as he limps halfway to the pitcher's mound. It's a good time for a look. You want to look? You have it up?
I don't.
I'll get it up, maybe.
I have my computer that you're using, like, set up in a really nice format. I don't know if you're using it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. I have it all laid out, so it's.
Yeah, I just I need to open the scoreboard, but
It should have been opened, but you must have changed some.
probably. It's usually my fault.
Yeah, it is.
And by that time, Cole Kosciuszko's already back in the box. So we'll wait for the 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and 2-0. The Crawdads trail. Atkinson set below the belt. Now the 0-2. Kosciuszko watches the ball off the inside, 1-2. There was a time early in the year where Cole Kosciuszko almost looked unhealthy playing first base because of his foot, and then he almost hit for the cycle against the Seagulls. 1-2, slice the other way. That'll get back over the Stompers dugout. We'll do it again.
Yeah, and there was one against Menlo Park where he fouled one off his foot, and we're talking about, oh, this could be uncomfortable at bat for him going forward. Next pitch, he hits a homer.
So he's got a history.
Yeah.
See what he does here. Of all 2 strikes, 1 out. Atkinson set. Now the 1-2. Kosciuszko taps one slowly, 2 short. Abel charges, glove tap, throws to first just in time to retire Kosciuszko for out number 2.
That was nice. That was slick over by Trent Abel. We talked about how good he is defensively. Makes some really, really nice plays. This one, again, took an infield hit away from Cole Kosciuszko. I'm not sure there's many other shortstops in the CCL that are going to be able to make that play.
That'll bring up Cam Calvillo, but quickly, we'll start our look around the CCL. We'll talk through the at-bat. 2 games that are 1-0 right now going on. 1 game final, 1 game currently going as Cam Calvillo steps into the right-handed batter's box, tapped out to Trent Abel back in his first at-bat. First pitch he sees is a slider on the outside called strike 1. Slow defeated Conejo 1-0 at Sinsheimer Park. True pitcher's duel. And, I mean, that's always Always fun in that game. I mean, you know it's a pitcher's duel, obviously. 0-1. Calvillo watches the changeup, called the strike on the inside. Colin Clark, Oregon Duck, went 4 innings of 1-run ball and got the loss. You know who got the win for slow?
I have no guesses.
Jackson Howell.
Oh, yeah. Howie.
Awesome to see. 6 shutout innings for Howie. Here's the 0-2 to Calvillo. It is swung on and missed, strike 3. Almost never see that happen. Just the 5th time this year that Calvillo has gone down on strikes, and Atkinson has sat down 10 straight. We'll head to the top of the 5th, 2-0 Crawdads trail.
Leading off the top of the 5th
Top half of the 5th inning, the Crawdads trail 2-0. Jackson Bird, though, struck out the side back in the 4th. First pitch he throws here to Joe Cardinale is a strike on the outside with the slider, 0-1. 37 strikes to 24 balls, not the greatest ratio, and really not what we're used to seeing from Bird. 0-1 is popped up left field in the park. Liao retreats back over his right shoulder and makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, not the best ratio, but it's gotten a lot better. He had, at one point, I think it was 17 strikes to 15 balls. So he's settled down, and after that rough 3rd inning with back-to-back 2-out doubles, he's been all right.
First baseman Tyler Holly.
That'll bring up Tyler Hawley, who struck out in his last at-bat. It's really just one big inning for Sonoma. Other than that, hitless. First pitch to Hawley is a changeup down low. Bounces to Firestone, 1-0. Bird the lefty working from the windup. A rock and fire delivery. Fastball on the outside, 1-1. Hawley has really struggled of late. Almost a 30% strikeout rate in the month of July. 1-1. Drops in a curveball, 1-2.
It's not good.
No, and he's talented. Had a good year at Fullerton. Got some playing time as a true freshman. One of the guys that I think is going to be pretty solid for the years to come. 1-2. Fastball struck him out swinging. 6th strikeout for Jackson Bird.
Here it is. Hit it.
You can't.
Yeah. Right past him. I mean, that's a middle fastball. Jackson Bird just blew right past him. A shame that we don't have Trackman today, because it's like he's got some fuzz.
That'll bring up Justice Brinson. Grounded out back to the pitcher's mound in his first at-bat. First pitch, a fastball misses just off the outside, 1-0. 2-0 Stompers here in the 5th. Walnut Creek on a 4-game win streak. And the magic number, who knows? 1-0, misses up and away, 2-0. It is so hard. And if anyone listening at home can calculate a magic number better than us, the Crawdads are up 4.5 games with 6.5 games to play. I'm sure Mrs. Delaney will text me and yell at me for not knowing how. Just kidding. Here's the 2-0 to Brinson. Fastball skied high in the air to center field, but it looks like it's right at Casey Cummings, who now comes in a couple steps and makes the catch for out number 3. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 frames for Jackson Bird. He's through 5. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Crawdads looking to score on the other half when we come back.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for Walnut Creek.
Camberg Liao Arroyo, 5-6-7 with the Crawdads trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Patrick Atkinson has sat down 10 straight since a 2-out walk of Cole Kosciuszko back in the 1st. Righty on lefty. Aiden Camberg takes a first pitch fastball that misses up high, 1-0. Atkinson's only struck out 2, but has been efficient with his pitches. That just pitch number 56 here in the 5th. 1-0. Camberg takes the fastball, call the strike on the outer black, 1-1. The Crawdads offense wasn't great yesterday, and really has not been outside of that one outburst against Sonoma where they scored 17, had 21 hits. 1-1. Misses inside, 2-1.
Yeah, yesterday only the 6 hits, and well, let's go see how many came after the error. 2 of them came after an error that could have gotten them out of an inning.
2 balls and a strike, a slight hitter's count for Camberg, which is a position the Crawdads really haven't been in. He swings through a fastball at the top of the zone, 2-2.
You just got to find a way. You got to break this streak. 10 straight set down. You don't see that a whole lot in the CCL. Just doesn't happen.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Camberg. Atkinson kicks and delivers a curveball off the outside, 3-2.
Hey, if it's a walk to break it up, great. Any way possible.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Atkinson tosses the ball in his right hand. Now comes set at the belt. The 3-2 to Camberg is popped up left side. Might be playable, but the third baseman, Rossi, gives it a look as it's onto the top of the dugout. That's Handren at third base.
I thought I was doing something wrong, and I contemplated
To be honest,
everything.
I kind of just guessed.
You didn't look down.
No.
Respect.
3 balls, 2 strikes,
So crazy.
no outs. You're in the 5th. Atkinson, again, 10 straight set down, 2 of them by way of the K. Oh, now I can say it right. Here's the 3-2. Camberg laces one back over the screen. We'll do it again.
Hey, I'll take an at-bat like this, too. Full count and a couple of foul balls. Make him throw as many pitches as possible.
No action in Sonoma's bullpen. Neither bullpen has action right now. Jackson Bird has been really good. And also just sitting at 69 pitches through 5 innings. 3-2. Camberg grounds it through the right side. That's a base hit. A nice at bat for Aiden Camberg. And The streak of 10 straight sat down is over.
Nice. Nice, dude.
Nice.
Nice swing. That was so nice. And to break it up, yeah.
Here's Ethan Liao. He has been a Stompers stomper this summer. 6 of 13 coming into today against Sonoma. 0 for 1 on today's contest. And immediately, action in Sonoma's bullpen as a righty gets up and starts stretching out. Ethan Liao 0 for 1. First pitch to him here is a slider. It drops just below the knees, 1-0. Looks like, is that Mick Kelly maybe warming up in Sonoma's bullpen? 43, Connor Kinney. I was wrong. Mick Kelly's number 50, right above him on the roster. I'll take it. Pickoff move over to first is not in time. 2-0. Walnut Creek trails here in the 5th. Atkinson versus Liao. Looks over to first. 1-0. Liao watches. Just a little low with the fastball. 2-0.
All right, so the base hit, and now Atkinson has struggled a little bit to get competitive in the zone. 2 straight balls to Liao. Let's see how the rest of this at-bat goes.
It's not like he has to change anything. Works exclusively from the stretch, even with nobody on base. Throw over to first. Camberg's back in, head first dive.
No, but I think knowing that there's someone on and has a chance to go is not scary, but it's definitely on your mind, right? It's something you're thinking about, and it could take some focus off of, your ability to pitch towards home plate.
Another throw over. Camberg back in again. Now it feels like Atkinson is almost stalling for Kelly in the bullpen. 2 balls and no strikes to Liao, a hitter's count, and he's given himself the green light, I think, more than just about anyone on this team. Takes a lot of aggressive and good aggressive swings. The 2-0 takes an aggressive swing here, pops one up over towards us. It will drop in front of us. Foul ball.
Thought for a second.
Yeah, that's kind of the trajectory it needs to take to get to us. A little more backspin. 2 balls and a strike to Liao. Camber, good speed over at first and a big hole over in the 3-4 side. Ramos, the second baseman, tight towards the bag. The outfield shaded over towards the right. Throw over again, and back in is Camberg. Please.
There should be a limit.
Please.
I love that. I like that rule a lot. Shout out Rob Manfred.
I hate Rob Manfred.
I wouldn't say I hate him.
I do.
Wow.
2 balls and a strike. I'll tell you why I hate Rob Manfred. Liao lines it back 2-2. Because I sent him a memo back in 6th grade talking about Barry Bonds and how he should be in the Hall of Fame.
All right.
And he said, we thoroughly investigated and thoroughly and big words and tried to talk me down.
I don't think Robert Manfred ever saw your letter.
You know what? He signed it. 2-2. Liao taps one up the middle. Atkinson knocks it down, goes to second one. Ramos back to first. Not in time. Good job by Liao to beat it out on the back end.
Yeah, that's why you always hustle. I mean, it can be frustrating. Nice snag up the middle by Atkinson as well. I mean, this one not hit very hard. Had that gotten by him, I don't even know if they would have got the runner at second. So nice on him. Get the runner at second. Get that lead runner. Now nothing changes.
Here's Ben Royal. 0 for 1, struck out, back in his first at bat. The Crawdads trail 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Atkinson delivers. Royo taps it foul. Back behind the plate, 0-1. Gig 'em. No balls and a strike to Royo. Adjusts the helmet, steps back in the batter's box. We've seen when Royo gets into a ball, he really, really gets into it. 2 home runs on the summer.
Yeah, right-handed hitter with power.
Atkinson looks back to first. Liao, a decent-sized lead. Now to the plate. Fastball up and away, 1-1. When John Miller says right-handed hitter with power, he doesn't get made fun of.
Yeah, your name's Austin Oda.
I'm close. I get that comp a lot, actually. 1-1. Royo bends away from a curveball that bends back towards the zone. 1 and 2.
That one kind of big 12-6, kind of had some more hump to it than I think we've seen any other off-speed pitch from Atkinson, and Royo bailed out pretty early on it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Atkinson looks over to first twice. Now comes set. Throw over. Liao back in standing. I don't want to see Patrick Atkinson throw over to first again.
I'm on the same boat.
1-2. Royo pops it up. Back behind the screen. We'll do it again. If we were stuck on a boat together in the middle of the ocean, had to see Patrick Atkinson throw over again, what would happen?
Someone's getting thrown overboard, and it wouldn't be me.
No. No. A ball and 2 strikes again. Royo trying to battle with 2. The pitch is lined into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. A soft liner off the bat of Royo, but a base knock. And the Crawdads have 2 hits in the inning.
And Royo needed that one. 0 for 4 yesterday, 3 strikeouts, a strikeout in the second, a 2-strike count for him here. He's able to battle, foul off a couple of pitches, and line one down into left field. Maybe not the hardest hit ball of his career, but a hit is a hit. He will take it.
Zach Pace is going to head out to the mound. I think at the very least, it's a good good time for a look around the CCL. Again, Slow defeated Conejo 1-0. Jackson Howell went 6 shutout innings. There is a pitching change. We'll keep it here, shall we?
Sure.
Other game going on, Santa Barbara and the Academy. The Academy over Santa Barbara at Eddie Matthew Field. 2-1 final in that one. Santa Barbara has been a little underwhelming this year. Like, they've been good, but you kind of expect them to run the league every year, and that has not been the case.
Yeah, I think I've looked at the roster a little bit. A lot of high school going into college guys, so not a lot of experience in college baseball. So it makes sense. Still a lot of talent.
But how about CCL home run derby hitter, Jesse DiMaggio?
Yeah, Dos Pueblos high school legend. Like, second cousin of
Joe?
Joe.
Was there another Dos Pueblos guy on that team?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think so. I'd have to, look again.
Shall we, look through the... No, we shan't.
Yeah, no.
But a new pitcher is the righty. This is Connor Kinney, who has 2 profiles on point streak, as they usually do. He's been okay this year. 8 innings, 4 strikeouts, 3 hits, 3 walks, 10 hits. 5.62 ERA in his 3 outings. Most recently came against the Crawdads, gave up 3 earned in 2 innings. Looking deeper into that game, Frank Camarillo, see Santa Barbara?
UC Santa Barbara, yeah.
Went 5 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts. He's good.
He's very good. A lot of fun to watch. Good fastball. In the mid-90s. Just struggled with command in the spring. So good to see him having some success in the summer.
But again, the Academy 1-2-0 in that one. Oh, he's cool. Looked like they scored both of their runs in the top of the 9th. No, they scored 1 run in the top of the 9th, and then Santa Barbara made it interesting in the bottom half, but were unable to score. Again, looking into that Slow game, Slow defeated Conejo 1-0. Crawdad legend Jackson Howell went 6 shutout innings. 6 shutout innings for Howie. 5 strikeouts, no walks. And I think that's kind of the report we got on Howie last summer, is when he was when he was throwing strikes, he was really good.
Yeah, he was a sneaky good Crawdad. Not going to really blow you away with much, but does the little things right, and sometimes that's a big deal.
If you had to spell Connor, would you spell it with an O or an E?
O.
Good answer. Connor Kinney with an O is out onto the bump, and Nico DeFazio will step to the plate. DeFazio 0 for 1.
But hit the ball well to right field, going the opposite direction. Pretty deep, but DJ Scott was able to range back, make the catch.
So here is Kinney. First pitch he'll throw is against DeFazio. 0 for 1, a fly out hard to right. With runners on first and second, and just one out. Kinney spins back to second, throws over there late. Liao is the runner on second. Royo over at first. Aiden Cambrick started the inning with a single, and then Ethan Liao tapped one back to the mound. They were only able to get the out at second base. Ben Royo worked a 1-2 count before knocking a single into left, and that's how the base runners got where they are. DeFazio still waiting for the first pitch. Kinney, the righty, delivers a curveball on the inside called strike one. DeFazio, who was kind of on fire at the start of the summer, just a lot of knocks, seeing that average drop under 250 now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Kinney, the long, tall righty, delivers to the plate. DeFazio takes a little low, a little away, 1-1.
Yeah, and even though the batting average has dropped, you still feel like the at-bats are pretty solid. He's just missing right now. Just some weak pop-ups. I'm sure he'll get back to hitting the ball hard on a line like he did in the first couple of weeks.
1-1. DeFazio fouls it back in and out of the glove of the catcher, Brinson. 1-2. Owen Firestone waits on deck. DeFazio at the dish. Knocks the base of his bat. Waves it forward. Now it steps back in. Liao off second. Royo off first. A ball and 2 strikes to DeFazio. He's ready. Kenny's still looking in for the sign from the catcher, Brinson. Comes set just above the belt. Looks to second. Now the 1-2. DeFazio lines it right center field. That's going to get down in front of the center fielder, Contreras, for a base hit. Around third coming home is Liao. The throw is just a little late. And into second is DeFazio on the throw. An RBI single. Both runners move up. And the Crawdads cut the lead in half. It's 2-1.
Well, just like that. A good swing. 2 good swings for DeFazio today. Both hit hard, both on a line, both the other way. RBI for DeFazio. Nice.
That run counted to the line of Patrick Atkinson, the starter, and he's still responsible for what would be the tying run on third base. All of a sudden now the Crawdads have the go-ahead run standing on second. Here's Owen Firestone. Grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Some action in the Crawdads bullpen. It looks like Drew Aguiar starting to get loose. First pitch to Firestone is a curveball that dips below the zone, 1-0. 2-1 now. The Crawdads trail by just 1. And for Firestone, the message, put a ball in play. The infield back with the exception of the first baseman, Hawley. So even a ground ball would score a run. The 1-0. Firestone takes a fastball below the base of the strike zone, 2-0.
All right, now hitters count. See Firestone. I would love to see an Owen Firestone line drive, other way, base hit, just like we saw with DeFazio.
2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Kinney. Curveball misses off the inside, 3-0.
Ball 4 wouldn't be so bad either. Brings up the top of the order, which Mark Wolbert's been on fire. I know he's 0 for 2 today, but he's swinging a hot stick.
See if Firestone gets the green light. Kinney ready with a 3-0. Broke a curveball into the strike zone, 3-1.
So what? 3-0 curveball. Tip your cap. You get another here.
2-1 Stompers, but the Crawdads have runners on second and third and just 1 out. The pitch from Kinney. He is grounded up the middle. Abel will scoop above the second base bag and throw over to first to record the putout. But coming home to score is Royo. Moving up to third is DeFazio. It's an RBI ground out for Owen Firestone, and the Crawdads tie this one up at 2.
Well, would have loved a hero swing, a 3-run homer. But in the early stages of a game, you take that. 6-3 ground out, give him an RBI, and tie things up still with the top of the order coming up in a man in scoring position. Tip your cap to Owen Firestone. That is baseball the way it's meant to be played.
Here's Mark Wolbert. The Crawdads have tied this one at 2. The first pitch to Wolbert misses off the outside and low. Brinson stops it from getting past him. Crawdads tied this game at 2. 3 singles in the inning. An RBI one from DeFazio, and then the RBI ground out from Firestone. Wolbert ahead in the count, a ball and no strikes. 9 for 19 with a homer against Sonoma this year. 1-0. Wolbert takes the ball in the dirt, 2-0. Drew Aguiar in the Crawdads bullpen still just lightly tossing. There's a couple travel guys, and I call them travel guys because they have to really travel to get here. It's Aguiar and Pace, Jackson Pace, that are available for the Crawdads today. 2-0. Called a strike at the bottom of the zone, 2-1.
Yeah, bullpen's in a pretty good spot. Aguiar, Barnes both scheduled to throw tomorrow. Neither of them needed to. So Pace, Barnes, Aguiar, all available for this game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jackson Bird go back out for another.
2-1. Wolbert grounds it right side slowly. Hawley, the first baseman, cuts it off, shovels to Kinney covering, and they get Wolbert by a half a step. The Crawdads, though, score 2 on a trio of hits and tie this game up at 2. We'll head to the 6th. All 2s on the scoreboard. Sixth inning here at Monte Vista. Jackson Bird has been really, really good. It was one bad inning. Outside of that, he's retired every single batter he's faced. Give up 3 hits back in the third. Still doesn't walk to batter. And he'll face Elijah Ramos to start the 6th. The first pitch is a slider that misses off the inside, 1-0.
Yeah, the back-to-back 2-out doubles in the third. The only thing that you could knock Jackson Bird for.
Misses high with the fastball, 2-0.
And even, the first double from Elijah Ramos, in and out of the glove of Casey Cummings. It was a tough play going straight back towards the track, but still could have caught it. We know how good Casey is out there.
2-0. Ramos takes a fastball at the bottom of the strike zone, 2-1. Yeah, really, you could argue that those runs could be unearned.
Yeah, toss up.
They're not, but wanted to.
Maybe the score will go back and change things.
2-1. Flared center field. Cummings drifting in, but he's going to have to watch it on a high hop. It's a 2-hit day for Elijah Ramos.
This one not struck like his last. Off the end of the bat, and just a looper into center field. Casey playing back up against the wall, and just was, had no shot at that one.
That was pitch number 73 for Bird, so the pitch count, not really an issue here. Trent Abel, the hitter. 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch misses off the outside. 1-0. And I think we're at the point in the season, though, where Brant Cummings is going to have to start thinking about, okay, how do I use guys preparing for a potential playoff rotation? 1-0. Abel pops it up right side, shallow. Coming in, Wolbert. Going back is DeFazio, but it's Wolbert that reaches out, the right fielder, to make the catch for out number 1.
I mean, there's a handful of guys that you could go game 1 starter. I think Jackson Bird, one of them. EJ, another one of Gabe
Yasa.
Tanner. Yasa.
Yeah, what's going on with Gabe Tanner? He'll
He'll
be here on Thursday.
Awesome.
That's all I needed to hear. Here's Max Andren, who's 0 for 2, uncharacteristically. Holds the bat far from his chest and watches the first pitch past his face, 1-0. 2-2 the score. Here in the 6th. Bird from the stretch. A deep breath. High leg kick and the delivery. Handren fouls it off the knob of his bat, 1-1.
Unfortunate for Handren, but Bird will take it. Would have been a ball. Good idea from Handren to pull back, but couldn't get it completely out of the way.
A ball and a strike to Handren. Double play in order with the runner on first. Here's the pitch. Slider on the outside, called strike 2. I wouldn't hate a 4.63.
I'll take a 6.43.
Bird from the stretch. The pitch off the outside, blocked by Firestone. 2-2. 3/4 of the booth says 4.63.
Just watch.
You watching?
No, but just watch.
All right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bird sets and delivers. Grounded slowly left side. Royo, the shortstop, picks it up off his back foot, throws to first, not in time. Kosciuszko zips a throw back to second, but Ramos barely got off the bag. An infield single for Max Handren.
To the left side of the infield, it had been hit a little bit harder, not off the end of the bat with so much spin. Could have seen a 6.43. Almost had the 6.3 part of it, but Handren was running a little bit too fast down the first base line. Good effort from Royo. Back-to-back base, or not back-to-back base hits, but 2 hits in the inning. Both softly hit singles. Let's see how Bird is able to work his way out of this.
Here's DJ Scott, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Bird the lefty with 2 on and 1 out. Fastball up high, 1-0. This is a good spot for a double play.
Sure.
5-4-3.
Why not? Why not? 3-6-1.
Okay.
Why not?
All right. The 1 out. On the inside with the fastball, 1-1.
Why not? 2,
Nope.
5,
Nope.
3.
Don't think so.
Why not?
A ball and a strike. Here's Bird. Swing and a miss fastball off the outside. Got the chase. 1-2.
Crazier things have happened. I don't see why you're so against it.
Okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ramos, a good size lead off second. Handren matches off first. 2-2 the score here in the 6th. Bird's delivery is just a little inside, maybe a little low. 2-2.
Yeah, nice pitch, and you can tell Firestone really liked it. Flashed the glove back towards the mound, nodding his head. See what this sets up here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bird delivers. Fastball up high, 3-2.
Yeah, I saw the vision on it. Just, this is a little bit high. Just trying to go to that, change up that pitch before. Fastball, the top of the zone, just couldn't locate.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bird's biggest pitch of his evening so far. The 3-2. Runner start and stop. Pitch misses off the inside, and they're going to say it hit him. Thought it might have gotten the knob of the bat, but DJ Scott's going to load the bases with a hit by pitch.
More unfortunate than anything. Doesn't change much, except now a right-handed hitter with power is coming up. And looks like that might even do it for Jackson Bird.
We will see. Brant Cummings takes a slow walk out to the mound. Hasn't made the call to the bullpen yet. We will see. Ramos on third, Handren on second, and DJ Scott on first. And Jackson Bird will head to the dugout. 5 1/3 terrific innings for Jackson Bird. But a tough spot for Drew Aguiar to tightrope out of. We'll be back.
Contreras.
Drew Aguiar, the strike pumpa, inherits a tough spot. Bases loaded, 1 out. Paul Contreras, Luke Rossi, the two hitters, with Ramos on third, Handren on second, and Scott on first. The first pitch he throws, Contreras hits it high, medium deep center field in the park. It's Casey Cummings, the center fielder, circling under it. Ramos will tag from third. The throw is going to go to third, and it will not matter as Sonoma takes a 3-2 lead.
Nice job from Paul Contreras to get the job done. And, you know, for Drew Aguiar, a couple of stitches away from that one being a pop-up on the infield. And that spot to get the second out, that's big. You give up a run right there.
Designated hitter Luke Rossi.
That'll bring up Luke Rossi. Rossi over 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch, a fastball at the knees on the outside, 0-1. Three to 2 now, Sonoma leads here in the 6th. Aguiar from the stretch with runners on first and second. Delivers. Fastball down and away, gets to the backstop. Past Firestone, both runners will move up on the wild pitch.
Well, now a base hit scores 2. But can't worry about that.
Handren moves up to third. Scott moves up to second. Aguiar against Rossi. The last 2 times he's played the Crawdads have come as a pinch hitter, and he had pinch hits in both. 1-1 slider misses off the outside, 2-1. Joe Cardinal waits on deck. Infield, outfield, straight up. After the RBI sac fly from Paul Contreras. Rossi waits, and the 2-1. Front door slider.
Ooh.
Call the ball.
Wow. I think it froze him. I think it froze the umpire, too.
3-1. Rossi takes a practice swing, now steps back in. Aguiar behind in the count. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a run home in the inning for Sonoma. Rossi takes his time, a deep breath. Just the top of the helmet now, steps in. Aguiar ready. Brings it to the belt. Kicks the 3-2. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. Aguiar allows a sac fly, but strikes out Luke Rossi, and just 1 run home in the inning. Walnut Creek will try to answer back and tie this game up or take the lead on the other side.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning.
It's the cuss sounds.
Center fielder number 5.
The
Casey Cummings.
Okay.
Casey Cummings, Cole Kosciuszko, Cam Calvillo. First pitch misses low to Casey Cummings, 1-0. 3-2, Crawdads trail. by the way.
They do.
Casey Cummings, 1 for 2. Smoked a single into right center in his first at-bat, and then grounded out to short in his second time up. Here he pops one over our heads, 1-1. Didn't even flinch. I am like that.
It's like 30 feet to your right.
I didn't flinch.
Like 100 feet from home plate.
And I didn't flinch. Here's Connor Kinney.
It's a low bar, man.
Ready with the 1-1, and I didn't flinch. Kinney, a deep breath from the windup. Cummings flares one over our heads again. Didn't even flinch. Didn't blink. Didn't bat an eye. Kinney, we're seeing him from the windup for the first time. Came in last inning with 2 on and 1 out. Gave up a pair of runs that were both credited to the starter Patrick Atkinson. 1-2. Cummings chases a slider down low, swings and misses. Brinson up with it, records the putout at first base. Strikeout number 1 for Connor Kinney.
Yeah, curveball in the dirt. Casey just couldn't lay off. He tried to check his swing, but just couldn't. Good pitch.
That'll bring up Cole Kosciuszko. 0 for 1, a ground out and a walk. Final line on Patrick Atkinson, 4 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Will not factor into the decision as Cole Kosciuszko takes the first pitch that misses down and away, 1-0. 3-2 Stompers here in the 6th. Kosciuszko, the Crawdads' leader in home runs. At the dish, chance to tie it up. Kinney from the windup. The 1-0. Outside 2-0.
Yeah, I think starter Atkinson was good today. I think he was redlining a little bit, though. Hadn't gone more than, 2 innings in any previous outing this summer.
2-0. Kosciuszko lines it into right field over the leap of Ramos. That's a base hit. Smoked it.
It's a good swing. Top spin line drive just over the head of Elijah Ramos. He'll take a 1-out single, and let's see if the Crawdads are able to respond. Sonoma was able to respond in the top half of this inning to a 2-run bottom half of the 5th. Let's go back and forth.
Third baseman Cameron Calvillo.
Cam Calvillo's 0 for 2. First pitch to him is lined straight back, 0-1. Good chatter. Good work, Cars.
We should just get Ryan Delaney a mic.
I don't hate the idea. Not against the proposition.
Do you want a mic? Yeah, for the rest of the game, you want a mic? We have another.
0-1. Calvillo nubs it right side. That'll get foul, 0-2. I don't hate a Ryan Delaney mic day. You want to get it?
Yeah, I'll get it in after the inning.
Cool. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 6th. Kosciuszko, no real leadoff first. Did steal a base back in the first inning. That was number 10 on the season. No Crawdad has ever had a 10-10 season. You heard 2020, but in, a 40-game season? No 10-10 seasons. 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside. Cam Calvillo strikes out in back-to-back at-bats.
That was a ball. That's all. I mean, that was a ball. That was like 9 balls outside. Brutal.
That'll bring up Aiden Camberg, who got things started for the Crawdads back in the 5th. Led off the inning, fell behind, and was able to get a knock in that at-bat, which was really good to see. He looks like he's almost altered his batting stance. No, just kidding. Hands are a little higher than they have been, however. First pitch to him here. This is off the inside, 1-0. For a while, he was sitting that bat right on the back shoulder. Now holds it parallel to the ground, right next to his shoulder. A ball and no strikes. Kenny throws over to first, had Kosciuszko leaning, but not leaning enough, and the throw was more just a lob. Crawdads trail 3-2 here in the 6th. A 1-out single from Cole Kosciuszko. That's where he stands. No lead for Kosciuszko on first. 1-0. Camberg takes a fastball on the outer black. 1-1. There's a lefty warming up in Sonoma's bullpen. Looks like Number 52, Avery Thaw. 1-1. Camberg swings over the top of a changeup, 1-2. A little bit of a battle for Camberg now. Kenny struck out a pair this inning, trying to strand a 1-out knock. Kenny looks over to first, now comes set. The 1-2 to the plate. Camberg watches a curveball just a little bit high, 2-2.
I wish we had a crowd mic because that would have been pretty funny, but someone yelled, "What?" I don't necessarily disagree. It looked like a pretty good pitch, maybe better than the one to Calvillo.
Gravity ball.
Yeah.
2-2 now. Camberg takes down low with a fastball, 3-2.
For a second straight at bat, Agent Camberg in a 3-2 count. Last time able to single. See what he can do this time.
Kosciuszko will be off from first with a 3-2 count. 2 outs here in the 6th. Kenny ready. The full count pitch to Camberg is swung on and missed, strike 3. Connor Kenny strikes out the side, sandwiching a Cole Kosciuszko single in there. Led to the 7th. Crawdads trail by 1. Joe Cardinale, Tyler Hawley, Justice Brinson against the righty Drew Aguiar here in the 7th. The Crawdads trail 3-2 against the Sonoma Stompers. Cardinale 1 for 2, a single and a flyout. First pitch to him is swung on and fouled back, 0-1. I think we're going to have Delele Mike Day momentarily. No balls and a strike to Cardinale. We back. 0-1. Curveball tapped left side. Calvillo charges, fields a high hop. Takes his time, throws to first. Kosciuszko digs it out for out number 1.
Delaney is here.
I'm here.
Do you need it turned down?
Like a millimeter.
Like, is that better?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
I don't even know what to say. I feel like he's just here.
I'll be here. Side commentary.
Yeah.
Just toss in whenever you feel.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
You ever just throw in a stretch? Stretch!
I'll be the onomatopoeias, right? Is that what it's called? Like
Yeah.
bang, pow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be me.
It's one of my favorite words in the world. First pitch curveball to Tyler Hawley, drops it in for a strike. I feel like we haven't seen a ton of true 12-6s from Drew Aguiar this year.
Yeah, a lot of the sliders. He spins it.
0-1. Another curveball. That's 3 straight going back to the at-bat against Cardinale. 1-1. I bet it has some crazy spin on it.
It does.
If only we had TrackMan.
Computer doesn't agree with us today.
1-1. Slider swung on and missed. 1 and 2.
Well, he's clearly favoring the slider. Let's see if he can pump 91 right by somebody.
Or 92 or 93. We can call it 95 and no one would ever know.
True.
Exactly.
I've got a pretty good IDAR.
Do you?
Yeah.
1-2. Slider off the outside, 2 and 2.
87, but it cut.
Yeah, that was like a
That was more cutty than
that was a
sliding.
cutter.
Yeah.
That
Does he
was,
throw that a lot?
no, but I think that he just cut that. Cause that was like a fastball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Aguiar set and the delivery. Fastball on the outside corner, called
Sinker.
strike 3.
See, that one, that was like 96. Dotted up perfectly.
I mean, that was definitely on the plate. The Stomper faithful was not happy with that call, but that was 100% there.
Was better than the pitch to Cam.
By about 4 balls, yes.
Here's Justice Brinson, who's 0 for 2. 3-2 Stompers here in the 7th. Brinson, a ground out and a fly out. Next, a strikeout. It's just in the line, right? Next in line, ground out, fly out, strikeout. First pitch, ball 1 up high, 1-0.
What about line out? No.
I've had some arguments with people about that. I know people that swear by lineouts not being their own category and think they should be counted as flyouts, and I think that's so stupid. 1-0 popped up right side, that'll go well, foul, 1-1.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
I don't know. People think it counts as a flyout because it's a ball in the air.
Not how that works.
Yeah, it's just literally not.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
That's like saying a pop out and a fly out should be the same thing.
They shouldn't. Do you write like F3 in your book when it's a flyout to the first baseman? No, you write P3.
Yeah. You like, there's a significant difference between a pop out and a fly out, and there should also be a significant difference between a fly out and a line out.
I actually do.
What?
But only if it's in foul ground.
I write lowercase p, 3. 1-2. He's down and away. Come on, Blue. That's a strike. Who said that? Delaney.
That's my bad, guys.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 7th. Crawdads trail by 1. Aguiar set. The 2-2 to Brinson. Strike 3 swinging.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good inning for Drew there.
2 strikeouts for Aguiar. 3 on the evening. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th after we stretch. Crawdads trail by 1.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for
Bottom of the 7th, Liao Royo DeFazio, Crawdads trailing by 1. Liao 0 for 2. A fielder's choice. And a ground out. First pitch misses off the inside to Ethan Liao, 1-0. Looks like there's a pinch hitter on deck. One out.
Is that Isaiah Lane?
It's crazy. So crazy.
I mean,
He gets Isaiah Lane's walk-up song.
it's it's a good guess.
2 balls and no strikes to Liao. Kinney from the windup to the plate. Line drive, right field base.
Dang.
That'll play.
Yeah, nice.
Do it again.
Nothing special about it, but leadoff base knock usually spells good things.
That'll bring up DJ Giorso. Third game as a Crawdad. Big spot here in the 7th. Walnut Creek trails by 1.
For Walnut Creek, number 6, DJ Giorso.
And hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity. Of course, just his 3rd game, but the swings have looked good. Had a rough day yesterday.
Hit a rocket back in game 1 against Menlo Park. First pitch he sees is a fastball that dots the outside corner, 0-1. Giorso, again, played against the Crawdads a couple years back as a member of the Cal Bees. I know nothing about the Cal Bees. They played against the Crawdads a couple years back. No balls and a strike. It's the plate, Kinney. Runner goes, slider swung on a miss. Throw down a second, not in time. It skips in and was late either way. Liao gets into second with a steal.
Great jump.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hit and run. And pays off, even though Giorso doesn't make any contact. Now runner in scoring position, nobody out. Gonna have to fight with 2 strikes, put a ball in play on the ground. And there could be a runner on third.
Huge hole on the right side with Ramos, the second baseman, hugging the second base bag. And first baseman Hawley pretty close to the first base bag as well. Now Ramos retreats. 0-2, Giorso skies it right side deep, going back into his right. DJ Scott circles under it. Liao tags from second. Scott fires to third. Here's the throw. It is not in time. Liao moves up to third on the
Great
flyout.
job. It's a great job.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered, right? Now with 1 out. Tying run, 90 feet away. Do that same thing right here. DeFazio swung the bat well today. Give him a chance to tie the ball game.
Nico knocked in the first run for the Crawdads back in the 5th. Has a chance to tie it up. Runner on third is Liao. Infield again is back on all 3 of the positions left of first base. The first baseman, Hawley, in at the cut of the grass.
It's an interesting shift.
First pitch, DeFazio grounds it to
Yeah.
third. That's going to do the job. Handren cuts it off, throws to first. It's low, but it's dug out. An RBI ground out for DeFazio, and the Crawdads tie it up again here in the 7th.
Small ball. Who doesn't love it? I like it. That works. That plays. Tie the ball game. Nice job, Nico DeFazio. That one probably the softest hit of his 3 today. But it does a job. He's got 2 runs batted in. That's awesome.
Did you see it? It's 05 o'clock.
I'm watching the replay.
It's 05 o'clock. He's 0 for 2. Does have a run batted in. First pitch, grounded to the right side. Through the right side. That's a base knock for Owen Firestone. Yeah.
Well,
Everyone's favorite Crawdad gets on base for the first time today.
add a hit to an RBI day for OFI. This one was smacked. I mean, that's like close to triple digits on the EV for Owen Firestone, and just awesome.
Absolutely smoked.
Here's Mark Wolbert, 0 for 3. And Zach Pace is going to head to the mound. He steps on the line of the third base chalk. Isn't that
It's not good.
sacrilegious?
Yeah, it's no. Don't want to do that.
Looks like he's going to make a pitching change. We'll see. Connor Kinney's been pretty good so far. The first run he's allowed in 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, or no walks, excuse me. But he's up 37 pitches. No action in the Crawdads bullpen. We saw Avery Thau in the Stompers bullpen, and it looks like that's going to be the day for Kinney. A new pitcher when we come back. The Crawdads tie the game at 3 and are threatening for more with Owen Firestone standing on first when we come back. Avery Thau onto the mound. I feel like we've seen this guy time and time and time and time again. Big lefty, pretty good stuff.
Fielder Mark Wilbur.
And he'll be facing Mark Wolbert. Wolbert 0 for 3. Steps in the left-handed batter's box. He's due. He's chopped out all 3 times. Runner on first, his own Firestone. The game tied at 3. First pitch gets to the backstop, all the way up, kicks over the head of Brinson. Firestone, a big turnaround second, but he'll pull it up right there. A wild pitch moves him over to second, and now they're going to send him to third.
I think the ball may have. Did it get into the dugout?
Maybe it got lodged in the backstop?
Yeah, he should get third on that.
No, he shouldn't. He should
Never
not.
mind.
It's the first throw from the mound. If he's off the rubber when he throws it, he gets 2. Then he becomes an infielder. He shouldn't get third base. He's wrong. So
I'm going to mark him to second at the very least. And they're going to give him third without really much of a complaint.
sorry, that's not right.
First base umpire can correct him here.
Fix this.
Shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Look Around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours, small enough to care, large enough to compete. You've heard the 2 games, enough. 2 pitchers duels, really 3. So this one's tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Arroyo Seco and Orange County, about an hour from first pitch. Carson, tell me about Avery Thau.
Yeah, 1-0 win-loss, 3 ERA, making his 6th appearance of the summer. A couple of saves, so he's come in some big spots. 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 hits. Doesn't allow a lot of base traffic. Does tend to walk guys, which hasn't really been a problem for him, at least not yet. Pitched an inning in that 17-2 game that the Crawdads won. Just the inning, a strikeout. No more than that. He's facing the Dads for the 3rd time this year, so he's a familiar face.
So they are going to send Owen Firestone back to second. A run home in the inning for the Crawdads. A single by Ethan Liao, a steal. Then he moved up to third on a DJ Giorso flyout and came home to score on a Nico DeFazio groundout. Firestone singled, and now the new pitcher Avery Thau against Mark Wolbert. 1-0 is up high, 2-0. 3-3 the score here in the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads hold a 4.5 game lead over second place Slow, Sonoma, a game behind them in third. 2 balls and no strikes, a high set for Thau. Out of the plate with a 2-0. Wolbert skies it left side, foul 2-1.
This is a tough at-bat for Wolbert. His 3 at-bats previous were both off right-handed pitching. Thau is a tough lefty, got the big strikeout stuff.
Looks like there's some action in the Crawdads bullpen. Can't quite tell who that is. It looks like maybe Jackson Pace, Braden Barnes. Was a guess, because those are the guys that are on the hot list. Can't really see at all. There's a pole in front of whoever it is. 2 balls and a strike to Wolbert. Thau looks back to second, now to the plate. Wolbert skies it off to the left again. Same spot, same result, 2-2.
Pitcher in the pen looks to be a lefty, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that's Braden Barnes.
Barney. He's awesome. Good pitcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Thau dangles the left arm, now comes set below the belt before bringing it up above the chest. Looks to second, the 2-2. Curveball up high, 3-2. 3-3 the score. Firestone the runner on second, representing the go-ahead run. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now comes set. The 3-2. Wolbert takes called strike 3. A curveball that dropped in towards the top of the zone. Thau freezes him and strands the runner on second. We'll head to the 8th. Carson Mercier will take us the rest of the way. Oh my goodness. Stay hot when we come back.
Sound like Carson Mercier right now. Top 8 in a tie ball game. 3-3 the score between the Stompers and Crawdads. Still Drew Aguiar in the top of the 8th for his 3rd inning of work. He's been really phenomenal since he's come into this game. Allowed a run, but it was charged to Jackson Bird. He'll have the top of the order, Elijah Ramos, here to start the 8th, and the first pitch of the inning looked like it popped up out of his hand and missed over the head of Ramos. 1-0. Ramos, Abel, and Handren. 1, 2, and 3 for the Stompers. Crawdads looking to win their 5th consecutive game and 4th consecutive against these Stompers, as the 1-0 is in there for a strike to even the count 1-1. Ramos today 2 for 3. RBI double in the 3rd and singled later, scored in the 6th. It counts for 2 of the 3 Stompers runs on the day, as the 1-1 is in there for a strike. It's 1-2.
New shortstop for the Crawdads, DJ Giorso, just takes over right there. Thought DeFazio might slide over because we've seen DeFazio play both middle infield positions, but Giorso playing short.
1-2. Fastball popped up back of home plate. There will be another. So Ramos, who came into the day just 3 for 22 against the Crawdads, has got 2 hits today, nearly matches his season total. Ball and 2 strikes, nobody out, and the top of the 8th. Aguiar agrees with Firestone, comes set from the stretch, is lined back up the middle over the second base bag. Sliding attempt from DeFazio, but it sneaks under his glove into center field. A leadoff hit for Elijah Ramos. It's his 3rd base knock of the day.
Have yourself a day. 3 hits, all of them hit relatively hard. The one back in the 6th, kind of just a flare into center field, but smoked the one back in the 3rd that started the day for Sonoma's offense, and now leads off the 8th. We say it all the time, but leadoff base runners always come back to bite.
Looks like Jackson Pace was warming in the bullpen. Now Xavier Rios with shin guards on. And as Abel squares the bunt, gets it down in front of the mound. Some troubles for Aguiar as he was late to get to it, and the throw late to first as well. It's a bunt base hit. Ramos into second. Stompers have runners on first and second with nobody out.
That's so tough. It feels like they're giving you an out there, but Abel almost hit it, almost bunted it so poorly because it was just a chopper. Didn't deaden the ball at all. Kind of just hit it straight into the ground, but bunted it again so poorly that he was able to reach first safely with his speed.
Now Max Handren, left-handed hitter, and a favorable matchup for him. He's 1 for 3 today with a single back in the 6th. That was off of Jackson Bird. First chance off Drew Aguiar. The right-hander set. The pitch is carved foul the other direction, but a pretty good swing. Another good swing from Max Handren, who hit the ball hard a couple of times yesterday. He's carried some momentum in from the spring. 3-3 tie here in the top of the 8th with Sonoma threatening. Aguiar home. 0-1 is slapped foul. The same exact swing, same exact result, and it's 0-2. You'd love an infield pop-up or even a strikeout here in an 0-2 count if you're Drew Aguiar.
Don't think you'd hate a grounder right at someone.
That would also do the trick. 0-2, a couple of looks back to second. The pitch misses outside. Aguiar went to the heater, but just ran a little bit too far, and it's 1-2.
It's a good pitch. It sets up the tunnel for the backdoor slider here, so hopefully he goes to that.
Firestone sets up on the outside. The 1-2 pitch misses high and away. It was the fastball, and the count evens 2-2.
That also sets up the curveball. He's got 2 lanes he can go into now.
Call him Isaiah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball swing and a miss. 4th K of the day for Drew Aguiar. This is the first out of the 8th inning.
Guess hitter was thinking the same thing I was.
Blew the fastball by him. Love it. Love the pitch. Love the results. Now ground ball gets you out of the inning.
Right fielder DJ Scott.
With 1 out and runners on first and second, the Stompers will send DJ Scott to the plate. Saw him pinch hit yesterday. Had a couple of plate appearances. Walked and grounded out and takes outside here 1-0.
It's a good pitch. It's been a strike all day.
Ramos and Abel, your runners on second and first. DeFazio, the second baseman, creeps towards the second base bag, but not paying too much attention to him as the pitch is skied off of a vehicle. Uh-oh. That was loud.
Stompers, man?
No, I think Austin's car, actually.
Is it actually?
I am pretty sure.
Great.
So a ball and a strike. Aguiar home. Fastball, swing and a miss. Climbed the ladder. Went out of the zone. And Scott couldn't catch up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Stompers had back-to-back singles. Now Scott in a hole trying to dig himself out of it. The pitch. Big curveball lined sharply into left field. Back goes Liao. He's got room to make the catch. Quickly spins around, fires into the infield. Cut off by Giorso. Nice job out there by Liao to keep the runner on second. Now 2 gone in the 8th.
Hit it hard, and I mean, Liao was basically planted right there. When he threw it back, it wasn't really, there wasn't really anything behind it. Kind of just had to get it in as quick as possible. Kept Ramos at second base, and now 2 set down. Arguably the 2 toughest hitters in this lineup right now.
It's Paul Contreras who's hitless today for 2 with the sacrifice fly and a run batted in. Huge spot for the right-handed hitter with power. Aguiar home. Fastball on the outside and a called strike. Nicely located from Aguiar. Aguiar back in the 6th inning came in with the bases loaded to face Paul Contreras. That's when the sacrifice fly came in. 0-1. Down and away to even the count 1-1.
Drew's doing a really good job of holding the runners on, stopping their feet before he turns and delivers to home. Man on second's trying to get a good jump, but Drew's making sure that can't happen.
2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Runners on first and second. 1-1 pitch is called a strike on a slider, and if we had a crowd mic, you'd be able to hear the Stomper faithful.
Didn't need to be.
Yeah, it was high, it was away, but it's been called a strike today.
Got a good feeling that that's some family right in front of us.
Count swings in Aguiar's favor. 1-2 pitch misses outside. Aguiar tried to nibble a little bit further off the plate, and Contreras not going around, takes ball 2. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes with runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. We're all tied at 3. Aguiar trying to keep it that way. 2-2 pitch. Fastball hit pretty well, center field and deep. Cummings back, circling back to the track. He has room, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Back-to-back singles to start the 8th inning. But the Stompers go 1-2-3 after that. Aguiar able to leave the go-ahead run in scoring position. Crawdads coming up in the home half of the 8th inning, tied at 3. Bottom of the 8th inning, 3-3 the score. Crawdads and Stompers with the dads coming to bat. Casey Cummings, Cole Kosciuszko, and Cameron Calvillo. 2, 3, and 4. Still Avery Thau on the mound for the Stompers. Faced 1 batter in the 7th, struck out Mark Wolbert. Big, tall lefty set at the belt. Now brings the hands up to his shoulders. First pitch to Casey Cummings. Misses a little bit inside, 1-0. Casey 1 for 3 with a single. That came back in the 1st inning. Grounded out to short in the 4th. Struck out swinging in the 6th. Strikeout came off of Connor Kinney, who was pretty solid today. 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. Kenny went 2 1/3, 4 hits, a run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Pitching for Sonoma has been pretty good in this 2-game series, mini series, you can call it. 16 innings, only 4 earned runs as the 2-0 misses inside. Now 3-0 on Casey Cummings. Defensive changes for the Stompers as well. Omar Gastelum takes over for Justice Brinson behind home plate. We've seen Gastelum DH a couple of times this year. Haven't seen him behind the plate. 3-0 to Cummings. Fastball down
History.
low, and ball 4.
63 at-bats between his last walk and that one.
You cut me off because that's where I was going with it.
I said history. You stopped. That's
Whatever.
it's been a while. Do you know when exactly the last one was?
No.
It's been a long time.
I mean, 63 at-bats is
Plus
half
you
a
throw in
season
the
worth.
plus you throw in the hit by pitches that he's had in there. I'm sure there's some, I don't know, sack flies or something.
Here's Cole Kosciuszko. Left on left for Cole. He'll take a first pitch changeup for a called strike. It's 0-1. Cole 1 for 2. Walked, stole a base in the first, but was left stranded on second. Grounded out to short in the fourth. Singled in the sixth. Crawdads have the go-ahead runner on first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Casey takes his lead. The pitch is grounded softly up the middle. Second baseman Ramos flips to second one. Back to first. It may have been in time, but the first baseman Tyler Holy couldn't hang on. The throw a little bit low from Trent Abel. Stompers are able to get the 1, and they get the lead runner in Casey Cummings, so Crawdads just took speed off the bases.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that Casey Cummings wasn't running on either of the pitches to Kosciuszko. The Crawdad leader in steals has done a really good job, and Cole Kosciuszko looks like came up a little limp at first base.
Trainer is out, but it looks like Kosciuszko is going to be good to stay in the game. Looks like he's good. So here's Cameron Calvillo, 0 for 3. And I can guarantee you have not heard this before, with 2 strikeouts.
One time.
Maybe.
Yeah. It was the first game against the Legends. The first time he struck out in back-to-back at-bats, and it feels weird. It is weird.
Runner on first, still the go-ahead run. Calvillo slaps the first pitch into right field and a base hit just in front of DJ Scott. Kosciuszko will go station to station. Crawdads have runners first and second and 1 out.
Swing had a little Buster Posey in it. Inside out, fastball on the inside, takes it the other way. Love it.
And for Aiden Camber, going to be a tough at-bat for him. He's 1 for 3 today. A single in the 5th, a strikeout in the 6th, and fouled out to third. A nice play from Max Andren that was back in the 2nd. But Crawdads have the go-ahead run on second base and 1 out. Huge spot for Aiden Camberg, who's been clutch this summer. First pitch from Thau, fastball in the dirt, blocked by Gastelum, and it's 1-0. You remember back to first game that Camberg started, at a walk-off homer.
Got that gene. Had a couple big hits against not the Admirals, Alameda, excuse me, in that extra innings loss, but was really kind of the driving factor to keep the Crawdads close in that one.
1-0, Thau comes home, misses.
Woo!
No. Wow, called a strike on the outside corner. Well, I should say off the outside corner. It was in the right-handed batter's box, and we have a pretty good angle, so I can say that pretty confidently. Count evens, 1-1. Camberg takes a second to himself to readjust. The pitch home. Fastball, and Camberg just kind of threw the bat at it. Looked like he was just trying to get a piece, and he did. Fouls it straight back. It's 1-2. Crawdads have the go-ahead run on second base. It's Cole Kosciuszko. He's got pretty good speed on the... He's got 10 stolen bags on the year, so pretty good speed. Dances off second. 1-2 pitch home. Grounded right side softly. First baseman Hawley will take it to second for 1. Throwback to first is not in time. Another fielder's choice. We'll have runners on the corners for the Crawdads. 2 outs and Ethan Liao coming up.
It's a really good job by Avery Thau on the back end of that one because he didn't really field it like a first baseman. He almost fielded it like a hockey goal. He just had to get the body in front of it, make sure it didn't get past him, and that's exactly what he was able to accomplish there.
So Kosciuszko still on third, Camberg on first, and Ethan Liao at the dish. 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. A single came back in the 7th. Crawdads have the go-ahead run less than 90 feet away after Kosciuszko takes his walking lead. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning in a 3-3 game. Crawdads and Stompers in game 2 of this 2-game series. Crawdads were able to take yesterday's game 4-0. Liao ready in the right-handed batter's box. Thou comes home. Fastball hit well, but well foul down the right field line. Liao will start in a 0-1 hole. Liao has crushed the Stompers on the season. Came into today 6 for 13 against Sonoma pitching. Infield, outfield, straight up with Holy holding on the runner off first base. Camberg's going to take off. 0-1 pitch fouled back into the screen. Liao's down, 0-2. Looked like a pretty hittable fastball that Liao, maybe just a little bit late.
Had a good swing on it, and I think Camberg had second stolen as well. So almost a double whammy there.
No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Thou comes home, runner takes off again, and again, Liao fouls the pitch off. We'll have another 0-2 pitch.
And the Crawdads have almost patented the runners on first and third double steal with 2 outs. Just try to get that run home and the inning, get the runner on first, either caught in a rundown or safe at second. But it looked like Kosciuszko has the green light if Camberg is able to get into second.
Thou shakes Gastelum a couple of times, then agrees, comes set. 0-2 pitch, big curveball hit off the hands and into foul ground. Have another 0-2 pitch, and again, Aiden Camberg was running.
Getting the cardio in.
Crawdads looking to win their 5th straight game, 4th straight against Sonoma, a team that they've really struggled with the past 2 years, and they've got Camberg picked off. Camberg in between first and second. Coming for the plate is Kosciuszko. Throw goes there, not in time. Kosciuszko beats the throw at the plate, and the Crawdads take a 4-3 lead.
What a slide.
Yeah.
Wow.
All because of the slide.
Throw beat him by 3 steps. Catcher took the throw out in front of the plate.
A broken play for the Crawdads. I mean, Camberg was going pretty early. Thau had him picked off, and credit Camberg. Nice job to stay in it for long enough for Kosciuszko to break for the plate.
What can you possibly be asking right now? No one else is contesting that.
They're gonna.
It's his angle.
They're gonna send it to New York, I think.
Yeah.
They
All
might.
right, let me take the call. Hold on. Hello, New York. He's safe. Cool.
So the Crawdads lead now 4-3. They lead for the first time in this game. And Zach Pace, home plate umpire Dylan Brewster, still talking just off to the left of home plate. Brewster doing a lot of the talking.
Wouldn't hate a Jeopardy music right now.
All right, well, looks like it's going to stand. New York had the same as Dylan Brewster.
Told you. I was watching the New York replay.
Ethan Liao still at the dish here. Still in an 0-2 count. Still a man in scoring position. It's Camberg off of second with the Crawdads leading now by a run. Trying to add on here in the 8th. Now comes home and the pitch misses way high, way away. Maybe a little bit rattled after that last play.
Braden Barnes playing some catch in the bullpen. Got to assume he's next if Drew Aguirre finds himself into any trouble at the bottom of the 9th.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With Camberg leading off second base. Liao ready and waiting. Thou comes home. Pitches in the dirt. Count will rise to 2-2.
That was definitely a little bit shaken up right here. He's all over the strike zone. Then the double steal. He's missed one up, missed one down, struggling to find the happy medium of the release point.
Thou peers towards home. Left hand hangs. Now he comes set. A deep breath as He's set on the first base side of the rubber. Camberg's going to take off for third. The pitch is skied into shallow right field. DJ Scott coming over in towards the line, reaches up with 2 hands to make the catch, which ends the inning. But the Crawdads small ball their way across, able to score a run after Aiden Camberg was picked off, gotten a run down. Kosciuszko and I slide to score at the plate. Crawdads lead 4-3. It'll be Drew Aguiar for the 9th, trying to send the winning streak to 5 games. Top of the 9th inning. Crawdads 3 outs away from winning their 5th consecutive game and inching closer towards clinching a spot in the playoffs. It's Nick Sebastiani, Joe Cardinale, and Tyler Holy here in the top of the 9th inning. Still Drew Aguiar on the hill. First pitch of the inning misses up and in. Sebastiani pinch hitting for Luke Rossi, who was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, all 3 of them swinging. Still action in the Crawdad bullpen, still Braden Barnes. 1-0, hit on the ground, a couple of hops for Calvillo. He gloves it to his left, throws across the first in time to get Sebastiani by about half a step. He was burning down the line, but there's 1 out here in the top of the 9th.
Nice play. 1 up, 1 down. Keep it going.
Down 1 in the 9th, you typically see teams take until they get a strike. 1-0, swinging right there. Grounded out.
Crawdads leading 4-3 with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Joe Cardinale at the dish. Right-handed hitter ready. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Pinch hitter on deck. It won't be Tyler Holy.
Looks like it is
0-1.
Great pitch.
Good pitch, but misses for a ball. 1-1.
Jack Lazark on deck.
Ball and a strike with an out here in the top of the 9th inning. Crawdads leading by a run. Aguiar in his 3rd full inning of work delivers a pitch that's bounced on the ground. Calvillo again can't find the handle. Almost got a second try at it. Probably going to be an infield base hit. Would have been a tough play. Error it is.
I think it was on the transfer. I think he had the runner at first. Had he been able to make that transfer cleanly. And now a big hitter. Jack Lazark's been good this year.
So tying run aboard.
And all of a sudden, with Omar Gaslam on deck, I'm getting flashbacks.
Yeah, we talked about yesterday, Sonoma's always a tough team to face. Even when they're down, it never really feels like they're out. And they've brought the go-ahead run to the dish here in the top of the 9th inning. A first pitch fastball is in there for a strike from Aguiar, and it's 0-1. Like Luke Rossi. Tyler Holley getting pinch hit 4. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts had he come to the plate. 0-1 is a fastball perfectly spotted up on the corner for a called strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. 0-2. Slider fouled off the other direction. We'll have another 0-2 pitch. Lazark has been good this year. 275 with a homer and 12 runs batted in. OPS just under 800, but he's been a solid player. And a huge spot for the Stompers, who have started to slip and fall down the standings. Might not, fall out of playoff contention, but they're still fighting for second place, which is a big deal. Currently, second place held by Slow. 2 strike pitches popped up on the infield. Kosciuszko can't get it. It's over his head. Throw is going to go to second base and not in time. Just a really weird play. A pop-up over the head of Kosciuszko. Had to work around Cardinal, who was the runner. Couldn't get there. Fell, maybe tipped off of his glove. I have never seen anything like that.
And it's got to be a hit, right?
I think so.
It's unfortunate, but man, that's a ball that needs to be caught.
Got flat-footed. Too much time to think about it.
And now Omar Gastelum
Uh-oh.
standing in from the right side.
Next thing you know, all day Zay is going to be on deck.
First pitch from Aguiar misses and well outside. It's 1-0. Got a feel for Drew Aguiar. There's been no hard contact. An error allowed Cardinal to reach, and then that bloop infield hit for Jack Lazark. 1-0 pitch is rolled foul, and it's 1-1. Just a tough inning for Aguiar, who's done nothing wrong. Tying run is on second base. Go-ahead run. Potential go-ahead run leads off first. A ball, a strike, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Aguiar set. Multiple looks back towards second, and the 1-1 pitch misses outside. Aguiar started this inning with 39 pitches. But
Now up to 51.
yeah, we know that he's got a rubber arm. It's going to be interesting to see how much longer he's got in this one. This one is lined into left field. A fair ball down the line. Going to score at least a run. Cardinal has scored, being waved as Lazark. The throw is cut off, and the Stompers take a 2-1 lead after the RBI double for Omar Gastelum.
That's just so brutal. I mean, error, single that should have been caught, and maybe even have been turned into a double play. I think it's going to be the day for Drew Aguiar. Wow.
Just tough for Drew Aguiar. In his fourth inning of work, couldn't get the job done by no fault of his own. 2 runs come home to score. Sonoma still threatening with a runner on second base and only 1 out. It's Braden Barnes for the rest of the 9th. We'll step aside here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. With 1 out in the 9th inning, Crawdads turning to the lefty Braden Barnes. Barnes relieving Aguiar. 3 innings, 3 hits. Responsible for giving up the runs in this inning, but really not 2 errors. We're changing the Jack Lazark base hit as the first pitch is swung on and lined straight back from Elijah Ramos. It's 0-1. So 2 of the runs scored in this inning will both be unearned to Drew Aguiar. He was good today, 3 innings, no walks, 4 strikeouts, but leaves with a runner on second base. Barnes, 0-1 pitch, misses down and in. Good stop by Firestone to keep it in front and keep Omar Gastelum on second base. Gastelum came up big, took advantage of the 2 errors from the Crawdads. A 2-run double down the left field line. He takes his lead off second. The pitch is lined into left field. That's going to get down, and a base hit in front of Ethan Liao. Throw coming in towards the plate will be cut off. Gastelum will stay at third. Sonoma has runners on the corners and 1 out.
4-hit day for Elijah Ramos. Guy who came in with 3 hits on the year against the Crawdads. And yeah, I mean, everything coming up Stompers right now.
It's now Trent Abel. 5-4. Here in the top of the 9th inning. Sonoma scored twice and have a chance to add on with only 1 out. Abel swings, lines the first pitch right into the glove of Nico DeFazio, who had to work a couple of steps towards his right, but he was there to make the catch.
That one had base knock line written all over it. And instead, just keeping it a 1-run game. Look, going to the bottom of the 9th, down 1. Cardiac Crawdads have a chance to do something, but you want to keep it at 1. Max Handren is probably the best hitter in this lineup.
It'll be a tough at-bat for Max Handren. Lefty. He's 1 for 4 on the day. The single came off of the starter, Jackson Bird. First pitch curve.
Oof. Where?
Wow. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Maybe low.
Must have been down.
Wasn't.
Runners on the corners, 2 gone in the inning. 5-4.
Oh.
Sonoma leading, and a pickoff attempt nearly got thrown into right field. Nice stop by Kosciuszko. Ball and no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup. Barnes a deep breath. The pitch home, swung on and missed. Went atop the zone, and Handren chased to even the count 1-1.
Well, Pac-12 matchup.
Just going to say that, yeah.
Handren, the 7th batter of this inning. 1-1 pitch, screaming line drive, diving stop by the shortstop Giorso, picks himself up, throws the first.
What a
and
play.
Time. What a play. Could
Wow.
be the game saver from DJ Giorso. However, the Stompers do get 2 to take a 2-run lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be DJ Giorso, Nico DeFazio, Owen Firestone with the Crawdads trailing 5-4. 5-4 Crawdads coming to bat, trailing a run. They'll have 7, 8, and 9 in their lineup. DJ Giorso, Nico DeFazio, Owen Firestone, and a new right-hander for the Stompers, Dylan Goff. No relation to Jared. He fires in a first pitch fastball that's there for a strike.
He's been really good. 1-0, 1.92 ERA. The big number, 26 strikeouts to 2 walks in 18 2/3 innings.
Giorso takes down low. Count will even 1-1. Giorso just made a potential game-saving play. Inning could have continued, but a rocket of a ground ball back up the middle from Max Handren. As Giorso now hits this pretty deep into right field. Back goes Scott. It's over his head, but he makes the catch on the run. Wow. Giorso took a hit away from Max Handren. DJ Scott takes a hit away from DJ Giorso.
DJ on DJ crime. I mean, that ball was tagged. Really nice swing and just a nice play on the other end. Can't complain.
Now Nico DeFazio. DeFazio swung it well today. Has a couple of RBIs. Base hit back in the 5th inning. Flew out to right in the 3rd, but both the flyout and the single hit pretty hard the opposite direction. Goff, a slider, a strike, and it's 0-1.
Didn't have to be.
Crawdads have won 4 games in a row coming into today. They've won 3 straight against Sonoma. Going to need to score a run and keep things going. They want to keep those streaks alive. 0-1 pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1. Goff, very Mike Cleverish on the mound, and the pitch is a fastball that's fouled back. And I said just a lot of movement in the feet pre-wind up.
Yeah.
Missing the hair.
Yeah.
Back on the top of the rubber. Peering towards home plate. A lot of movement. Now he rocks and fires. 1-2. Taken, strike 3. DeFazio knew it. Takes with him the first strikeout of the day for Dylan Goff and the second out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. DeFazio goes looking, and things will be left up to Owen Firestone. The single back in the 7th. RBI ground out in the 5th. First pitch from Goff. Slider, and it's tapped foul towards the 3rd base dugout. 0-1. Crawdads down to their final out. They led 4-3 going into the top of the 9th inning. A couple of errors. One on Cam Calvillo, one on Cole Kosciuszko. Allowed Omar Gastelum to come up and hit a 2-run double. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball that bounces in front of home plate, so the count evens 1-1. Top of the order waits on deck. Just got to get there. A ball and a strike. Goff comes home, and Firestone slaps the pitch foul. It's now 1-2. Crawdads down to their final strike. Sonoma on the verge of snapping a 4-game winning streak for the Crawdads. 1-2 pitch. Fastball popped up right side, should do it. First baseman Hawley going back. It's the right fielder DJ Scott who makes the catch on the foul line to end the ball game. Crawdads see their 4-game winning streak come to an end, along with a 3-game winning streak against Sonoma come to an end. Just a tough one. Sonoma victorious 5-4, a come from behind victory aided by a couple of errors in the top of the 9th inning.
It's kind of it's a bad loss. There's no way around it. You're up 1 with your best pitcher on the mound in the 9th, and he does his job, gets a 1-out ground ball and a 1-out pop-up, and neither of those balls are fielded correctly, and you lose. Sonoma's a good team. Sonoma's going to bite back. Omar Gastelum, a good player that has some history against the Crawdads, and makes them pay.
Just tough. It really, really tough to give the loss to Drew Aguiar for this one, too. But he'll get it. Win will go to Avery Thau, and the save to Dylan Goff.
He's good.
Yeah, good stuff. Good arm.
Face him in the playoffs.
Crawdads fall 5-4. 5 runs, 9 hits. No errors for Sonoma. 4, 8, and 2 for the Crawdads. Don't think that there's much else to add.
We'll be back on Tuesday. I mean, all of a sudden, you know, the magic number, it was feeling like it was going to be 1 for a while, stays at 4, or stays at 3 against Sonoma, stays at 1. Sorry, let's try that again. Stays at 3 against Sonoma, 4 against Slow, and all of a sudden, you know, this week is going to be big. Tuesday against Alameda, that's going to be the big one, just to get back on your right foot. Thursday against Sonoma, and obviously Friday, Saturday in San Luis Obispo.
Only 2 more home games for the Crawdads. Would have been a nice one to win today, but obviously unable to do so. Crawdads fall to 21-10, still first place in the CCL North. Stompers improved to 16-14, still half a game back of Slow, but a huge win for them. Of course, Slow was able to win today. Nothing else for us to add. For Austin Oda, Ryan Delaney, I'm Carson Mercier. Thank you all for tuning in. We will talk to you Tuesday.
Post-game show? Post-game show?
Olivia, do you want to do a post-game show or no? No. Okay.
No
post-game
post-game show.
We'll talk to you Tuesday.